Hello.
Hey.
We're a talkative bunch today.
Hey everyone.
Hey.
Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
Not bad. How's everybody doing?
I'm alright. The weather here suddenly decided that it's fall now after it being like 90 degrees last week, so.
Do any of you guys play any games other than D&D?
At the moment, you're talking about other tabletop games?
Yeah.
Not right now, but I have played a bunch.
No, I don't play anything else at the moment.
No.
I was over at the gaming store the other day, and It's the first time I'd ever been in there. I couldn't believe all the like Warhammer stuff they had. It was like half door.
I just never got into that because that game just looks intimidating. It's super complicated to play.
It's not great, and sorry, that's not true. It's pretty good fun, but you're right. It's super complicated, and it's crazy expensive.
Oh, yeah, you have to buy a bunch of pieces for it?
You have to buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of pieces just to play the smallest game.
God.
It looked outrageously expensive. Then you have to paint the pieces once you buy them.
Yeah. I think D&D's primary selling points are that it's not too expensive and it's also not too difficult.
Yeah.
A lot of other tabletop games tend to have really weird or confusing rules.
Yeah.
Or shit, like I played a game called Savage Worlds for a bunch with my friends, which it's pretty. It offers like a lot more in character creation, but because of that, there's a lot of like oversight. So if a player wants to, in certain versions of it, they can find a way to within the rules become like a god. I had one player that had the equivalent of having like 25 AC, and nothing could hit him, and battles would last 1,000,000 years. And he didn't cheat or do anything. It's just the rules are not well made in some of those other games.
D&D's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Well established.
Sometimes it's fun to just look through the other games and look at their the weird ones.
Yeah.
Like I found a series of videos of people playing Made RPG that I just thought were hilarious.
Lucas's idea of shortly is about 5 hours. So.
I'm sure it won't be too much longer.
I'll just start without him.
Yeah, I'll be the new DM. Totally impartial, and I have no stake in this.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Weirdly, it still says you're offline. Oh, there it goes.
How's it going, everybody?
Going all right.
Yep.
Okie doke. Yeah. Let's get going then. So would one of you be able to give us a quick recap of last session?
I got it. So we started last session with both of the groups arriving in the town of Cilliant. The team of Odie, Furnace, and Eldon arrived by integrating themselves with some merchants. There was some money exchange, some fake names. They get in, they get assigned, told which inn they're supposed to go to, and, Eldon gets some new armor. There's some, looking around. Meanwhile, a little bit earlier, Joe and Talon had arrived under the disguise of a diplomat and assistant. They established where they would be staying, and immediately began investigating to see where everyone else was. The team of Furnace, Odie, and Ul'dan were at the bar when they were at their inn, sort of gathering after the day when Odie just took off and they ran after him because he had been warned by Vorvin that Talon and Joe were on their tail. They quickly, zigzagged and ran a complicated path north. Some vague distance behind them, Talon and Joe were on their tail. Through invisibility and teleportation, they were able to get everyone to the north ward over the wall in the midst of a bunch of undead right before Talon and Joe were able to catch Ul'dan, and then they too proceeded to go over the wall. And currently where we left off, Ul'dan, Furnace, and Odie were staying in a church that Vorvin set up as a safe place. I don't think Vorvin had showed himself yet. And Talon and Joe are on the other side of the wall, getting ready to start the hunt for real in zombie territory. I missed anything important?
I think we're good. And it doesn't seem like anyone else is adding anything, so I think we're good. Okay. So we'll begin then, fairly quickly, hopefully, with Furnace and Ul'dan. You had both, well, Ul'dan specifically, you had just arrived inside the church, away from danger, where Odie and Furnace are as well. Furnace was making oatmeal, I believe. What would you like to do?
I mean, sit and wait, probably. If this is where we're meeting.
Yeah, we're waiting for Horton here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep making some oatmeal.
Okay. A few minutes do pass, and Odie turns to both of you, kind of looks over both of you again, just goes, "So, what's the plan then?"
Well, you brought us here. You said Vorvin would meet us here, right?
That's true.
So then we wait here.
And when Vorvin gets here?
Then we listen to Vorvin.
And of course, eat some oatmeal.
He will appreciate that. Alright, but you're just gonna wait then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll jump over real quick to Joe and Talon.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, you had just been trying to set up some kind of safe spot, house, something like that.
We were,
Yeah, we were on top
on
of
the
a
roof.
roof under the magic tarp.
Just chilling out until Joe's voice in his head told us where to find the other group.
Alright. Some time passes, probably like probably like a good 20-30 minutes or so.
Would you call it a short rest?
Not yet. But if it goes on a bit longer, then yes.
Okay.
Which it probably will. But At which point, Joe, you do hear a familiar, if not entirely welcome, I suppose, voice in your head. I believe I have found them.
Oh. Where? How do we get to them?
They're currently towards the center of this section quarantined area. Not trying to be hidden, it would seem. Well, hidden from the undead, but...
Is there anything that would be an issue for us moving towards them? Any obstacles other than the undead?
I mean, it looked like Vorvin had set some of his usual traps.
Is he there? Who's there?
Vorvin is there. Seems to be doing something. And the other three are in the church as well.
The church.
They're in the church?
I'm just relaying all of this to Talon. The guy's not already in his head.
I wanna immediately take a look for a church steeple in the direction that we've been told.
Okay, you can make a perception check. Okay. It's actually not the easiest to spot, but quite a ways in a distance, you do kind of see a slight opening in the road into a plaza, and you see a building that would look... It looks like a not a huge church, but a medium-sized church. A little bell tower, but it's not particularly tall.
So we should move quickly.
Do you want to give me just like a couple more minutes? I feel like some of my magic's about to come back.
How much magic did you use to get here again?
Half of it.
Crap. Yeah, because I kind of want us to be invisible when we're moving.
Yeah, if I make us invisible to get there, I'll have nothing.
Yeah, okay. You keep resting, and once you're ready, we'll go.
Before you two, and this time you can hear him as well, Talon. He seems to have extended his. Before you two leave, I feel like we need to rediscuss our terms.
Let's discuss.
Well, I think I made it very clear to you earlier that I do want Vorvin alive.
Okay. Sure. Continue discussing.
And if you attempt or do kill him, the punishment will be severe.
Okay, let me explain to you the dilemma that we're having here, okay? So, Furnace, Ul'dan, Odie, and Vorvin are in the same place. There's 4 people. There are 2 of us. I don't think we stand a chance if we hold anything back. If we want to win here, if you want me to be able to keep Vorvin unmurdered, I may need a little bit of extra juice to, keep him distracted. Because as it is now, I only have a kill. We're not gonna win if we pull our punches.
Why don't we take care of Furnace, Ul'dan, and Odie, and you come and take care of Vorvin if he's so important to you?
Oh, that sounds like a better plan.
You have a point. I have been meaning to talk with him anyways. Yes, that sounds fair. You can deal with the riffraff, and I'll have a talk with Vorvin.
I don't suppose you have, something shiny I can throw to distract the drunk one while we take care of Furnace and Ul'dan?
Do we have any alcohol?
No.
I have some poison.
We could tell him it's alcohol. He's very stupid. I think. That's the impression I got.
I was going to use it to coat my arrows, but...
No, that's probably better. How about you just deliver it to him that way?
It's tempting.
We're going to have to take him by surprise, though. So, definitely Mr. Voice, sir, should probably wait until we're ready before you appear to Vorvin. They've already gotten wind of us early once. They can get away faster than we can catch them.
So insane.
I don't know. Is there any way you could stop them from teleporting? Because that'd be super useful. Is there something we can do outside the church?
Stopping them from scrying is more important than stopping them from teleporting. Because that way they don't know they won't know exactly when we're coming.
Can you do either of those things?
Well, I presume, anyways, that if Vorvin is the man that I think he is, who appreciates and keeps close attention to resources that he has, I believe he will not be wasting any more trying. He knows you're here, so it's just a matter of waiting for him.
Talon, are you going to be able to detect these traps? Is that a thing you can do?
Specifically detecting traps? That depends. Who had the Wand of Secrets?
The Wand of Secrets.
Was that in the bag of holding?
Let's check. Wand of I didn't have it. I don't think it was in the bag. I have no idea who had the Wand of Secrets.
Do you want to check if it was in the bag?
It wasn't in the bag.
Oh, it wasn't in the bag. Okay.
I had forgotten we got that. I thought you had it.
Me?
I believe, if memory serves, to be fair, it might not. Furnace, do you have that on you?
I am looking right now. Sounds familiar.
Did it just disappear into the void?
Maybe. We lost a lot of stuff when we got incarcerated, so there's a chance.
I think I see the word wand on my screen here. Let me enlarge my text just a tad.
Can someone remind me, where did we get a Wand of Secrets? I don't really remember that too well.
I don't remember where we got it, I just remember getting it.
Was it something we stole from Orphan?
No.
Early?
It was...
Did we get it in Underdark?
I think we stole it from the cult leader, the Drow.
That's right, the guy with the snake?
Yeah.
I do have one wand in my possession at the moment.
That's probably it.
I don't think we got...
Well, so we don't have that. Did he set any we don't... So, just from our previous experiences, there were a bunch of traps on the floor. Maybe we could just maybe we can go in through the roof. I mean, he might have trapped his roof, but we don't know for sure.
I like that idea. I think, yeah, let's go in through the roof.
Okay. I forgot. Man, keep forgetting. I keep remembering back when I used to be acrobatic. We'll figure it out.
But we've still got 200 bloody feet of rope.
We do.
Alright, so you finish resting up, and then we'll go.
Yeah, just give me a couple more minutes.
Need another few minutes, but yeah, and we'll go invisibly and pass without a trace Idley across.
Alright, so we'll set out as soon as I get that short rest.
It would really, at this point, it'd only take probably about 15-20 minutes more, and then you feel like your magic coming back, or like you feel at full force.
Perfect.
Alright, should I cast invisibility now? How far away do we have to go to get to the church?
Yeah, how far away does it look?
If you're going a straight path, it's probably only like a good 10-minute walk away, but you do see large crowds of undead throughout the street.
I'm gonna cast it now.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace now as well.
Okay.
So we're invisible and silent.
Yep.
So yeah, let's we'll start sneaking over as yeah, we'll go the most direct route we can, but without going close to any of these large clumps of undead, if that's possible.
Alright, I mean, you could get
So
about
you take
halfway
the-
there following the main road until you would meet like a pretty large mob of them in the center of the street. That would be very difficult to pass.
Take an alley. Try and
Yeah, take
figure-
take an alley around.
we were up on a roof, so did we have the chance to plot our route before we had
Yeah,
to
you-
get out in the street?
I mean, you could probably have found a few or saw a few paths that would all lead there. I mean, this is
Yeah.
a central plaza. Most.
Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. Did I? Was I? I know we didn't have. We meant to discuss it, but did I able to? Can I change my favorite terrain from forest to urban stuff?
Yeah, that's fine.
Then yes, that's what I'd have been doing whilst he was doing that. Whilst he was
Okey-doke.
finishing his rest, plotting out the route.
Towards the very end of the road, pretty much the only access to the plaza from this direction. You can try going around if you'd like. There is a rather large, actually rather huge clump of all the undead. Like, it seems that they were all drawn from the plaza down this road.
Is there another way? Does there seem to be another way around it, or?
I mean, you can kind of, and you saw it from when you were on the roof that there are other access points to the plaza, but not from this direction. You'd have to possibly loop all the way around.
Is there a way we can like go into an abandoned building and maybe come out a little bit closer and like try and just I don't know take whatever
Yeah,
shortcuts
or,
we can?
Maybe
I
a way
mean,
that we can.
you could certainly attempt
sneak
to.
by them.
There are two buildings, obviously, once you run to your left. One seems to be an old shop front. You can't really make out what goods they would sell, possibly some kind of tailor. And to your left, there seems to be some kind of housing. Both of them seem closed up, windows boarded up. But if you'd like to try, you could.
This is the part where I regret not taking fly. Okay. What's the plan, Talon?
You know what? Let's climb. Let's
Okay.
climb up and over. So I'll give me the rope.
I hand Tim the rope.
Okay.
And I'll climb up to the top of that building with the rope. I'll do just exactly the same as we did when we climbed over the wall. I'll sort of brace myself and sort of just, or see if there's something I can tie it off against, and then just give it a tug when it's ready for him to climb.
Okay, and I will pull myself up slowly and carefully.
Okay. So yeah, you're both on the roof. There is you can pretty much make it from this roof, past where the zombies are, but where exactly do you want to come down, and how do you want to come down? I guess.
So,
how
does this-
close could we
does
get to
this-
the church from here?
Church have big stained glass windows or something?
There's a couple that you can see towards the front, two in the front.
Are any of them broken?
Surprisingly not. It doesn't seem the undead have much interest in breaking windows.
Ooh.
So if we're interested in scouting, I can send the spider to, confirm their location, get a better read on them.
I'm a little concerned because Spider Friend, maybe they might notice Spider Friend.
Yeah, he is a very large
Pitch hand.
tarantula.
Maybe
Well,
we should
okay.
get up onto the roof of the church.
So I'm trying to think about how we're gonna do this fight right now, and I'm just. So I have one. I only will have one spell for this fight. I can either use it to try and distract them, or I could use it and have Spider Friend do the fighting for me.
Do you have any big, like, exploding spells?
No.
Or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait, actually, let me check something. I might have been supposed to have that. But as of right now, I don't believe I do.
In that case, we need to maintain the element of surprise.
Right.
And
We still have our spells for like another 50 minutes or so. So
in that case, we need to hurry up.
yeah. I mean, if is one of the doors open? Can we just like sneak in through an open door?
All the doors seem boarded up, as far as you can tell from this distance. The church is a good, like, 40 feet away from you still.
Ah, damn it. I'm an idiot. Okay. Could have had a fireball. I don't.
Why don't we take 5 minutes and get Spider Friend to look for a way in?
Okay.
Because that way he's outside, not inside.
Yes, he won't go inside. He'll scout around the outside.
Yeah, and if he doesn't find a way in, then we'll just have to try bursting through a window.
Okay. I'm Spider Friend's scouting. Crawling in between zombie legs. Looking for a way in.
Yeah,
Window,
actually,
door.
I mean, from where you're at to the plaza, there are almost no undead. Like I said, it seems that almost all of the undead had been drawn away from the plaza towards the street for whatever reason.
Whilst we are waiting, I'd like to use the time to look around the plaza and the exterior of the church for any signs of trap.
Okay. So you'd be able to detect anything that was on the visible trap, yeah. So Daryl, you can make a roll for the spider,
Perception
or investigation.
Or I get it. That one.
Okay. As the spider is going around the building, looking for kind of any obvious entrances, there is a door at the front that you saw from where you're at. Now that the spider is much closer, you can see, yeah, it is indeed boarded up. There are several windows on like a low towards the sides of the church, but they are also all boarded up. Several of them have been broken since they are at the ground level, but they've all been boarded up. Quite well. Otherwise, I mean, you do notice there is a bell tower, on the church, and that would most likely, be accessed from within the church. So you would also see. I mean, you would have also seen that, obviously, just looking at it, but
yeah.
Those seem to be, and there are stained glass windows on the back side as well, about equivalent to being like second story level or so. There are 2 in the back as well, and 2 in the front.
I think it sounds like the bell tower is our best.
How likely do you think it is that the bell tower door is trapped? I'm thinking likely? Very likely. I think it's probably. I think if Vorvin were to trap any place, that'd be where he would put a trap.
I think he's probably put traps absolutely everywhere.
You're right. Let's go.
Yeah. All right. We're heading for the bell tower. Climbing up the same way as we've done.
Okay. So you're climbing up first. The only issue with the roof, in terms of that strategy, is it's not too difficult to climb up on. It's stonework for the most part, and there's plenty of handholds to climb up for you, Talon. But it is like kind of a shingled roof, and so there's not necessarily like a stable thing to tie a rope around for Joe to climb up onto.
Tie it to the back. No, that's a bad. There's
you
no
could
wooden support beam or anything.
The only large enough structure like to support someone's weight climbing would be wrapping around the rope entirely around the bell tower. But yeah, so it would seem anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's a fairly easy climb, so I'll just hold onto the rope as like extra support, and Joe will need to climb the old-fashioned way.
Okay. Rub my hands together.
Use the rope to help him rather than he just climbing the rope.
Yeah, I'll tie the rope around my waist and then I'll try and climb with my hands.
All right, then you could
this
make
is how we die.
you could make
Yeah,
an
just
athletics roll with advantage. Technically, you're being assisted. So
Okay, big money, no whammy.
Come on, Joe.
like I said, the climb is not particularly difficult. There's plenty of handholds. You do find it a bit taxing. You're not the most athletic person. As you
More,
normally-
please.
anymore. That's fair. But you are able eventually to get there, and a little out of breath, but you are now on the roof with Talon.
I'm out of shape.
Okay.
Is there like a trap door down here?
Not on the roof.
we need to get to the bell tower, into the bell tower. So I'll creep over and before we start climbing into the bell tower, I want to start investigating for traps immediately.
Can I help with that?
Yeah, technically you could assist if you'd like.
I'll try that.
All right. So you're looking for traps on the roof then, and anything leading up to the bell tower then?
Every step of the way now, looking for traps.
Okay. You can roll investigation.
Paranoid about Vorvin.
You can roll investigation with advantage. You're being assisted by Joe, technically.
Oh, 11 again.
That's more surprising since you had a positive modifier and not a negative one. But so as you're kind of looking around, like as you're going across the roof, you don't immediately you don't see any traps, at least leading up to the bell tower.
Okay, looks like Vorvin's not quite this insane about traps, so we'll start into the bell tower.
Okay. Same plan as before.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just following along with the same plan, basically this one wouldn't really even require a roll. It's even a more direct climb than getting on top of the church. So,
Okay.
So now you're both on top of the bell tower, and there's a big bell, as well as you see a kind of a not a trap door, but you know what I mean. That seems
Trap
to be
door that's definitely not trap.
yes. The wording might make that seem more ominous. Was all I was saying, but yeah. You are currently now in the top part of the bell tower with the bell.
And we're still very invisible, right?
Yeah, you should have another. At this point, you'd probably have at least another half hour, possibly like 40 minutes left on your invisibility.
Made good time.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna end as soon as we attack, so we gotta make sure to use it.
Oh, I know, but it gives us that moment. So we, still being really careful, looking for traps. We climb into the bell tower, taking care not to touch the bells or anything either.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Like I said, the only obvious entry point is the trapdoor. It seems like.
okay, so checking out the trapdoor for trap.
Okay, that would be an investigation roll.
15.
I'm assisting.
It'd be difficult to assist in it. It's just a small space.
Yeah, it's just a trapdoor.
Okay.
And I'm willing to bet that there's going to be a trap on it no matter what happens, because you can't see the other side of the trapdoor.
If I can't assist, can I also roll?
If you would like, after he looks over it, even though he will have an answer right now, but you can make a roll as well. Yes.
I just want to. Okay. Yeah.
It's not trap, Joe. Go for it. No, but sorry. Yes. It does seem that there's some kind of you kind of are feeling around, and you press in a little bit, and through the cracks you can just barely see, but you do see it. There seems to be some kind of mechanism behind it. You can't really discern exactly what it will do, but this is clearly trapped in some way.
Okay.
I think it's good. I think we're clean.
No, there's a trap on it, as we expected.
I knew that.
Okay, so I would like to very carefully and delicately try and disarm the mechanism. Just using the very tiny tipped points of my claws to avoid triggering anything. Just see if I can, carefully unhook what, if it's like a tripwire or put a slot an arrowhead into if it's got like a pressure plate type of thing.
From what you can discern, it's actually it would be like some kind of possibly like spring mechanism or something that like pulls on something to activate it. So so it seems like opening the door would make something happen.
Okay, so I'd like to try and disable the spring so that it won't, launch whatever is supposed to happen when you open the door.
Okay. You can go for it.
What kind of roll would that be? Because I don't have
Sleight of hands.
For like disabling a trap.
Yeah.
I guess you would actually. So you looked at it. So this is a mechanical trap. It seems like not a magical trap.
Yeah.
Obviously, those things are different. You would use probably just a dex check, and if you're proficient with the thieves' tools, you can add that onto it.
Straight dex for me. Oh, 12. That's not going to be.
As you're playing around, at least it's not low enough to, cause it to activate or something, right? As you're kind of playing around with it, you're kind of fidgeting a bit. Oh, that happened. And you are able to kind of get in a little bit with the springs, but you're not able to quite disable it, it seems.
All right, I'm like, okay, Joe, this is tricky. I'm just like wiping sweat from my very brow. Going, this is the difference between us getting surprised and not getting surprised, and maybe being blown up in the process.
I don't think I should touch it, but Spider Friend could try.
No, it's okay. I'll have another go.
Okay. No pressure.
Okay. I'll take a moment, center myself, and I'll try again.
I believe in you. I'm giving you thumbs up, but I'm invisible.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. Come on, natural 20. Oh no.
You again. This time, it seems like what you have done before. Getting your claws into it actually ended up kind of shifting the spring slightly. And now it's very difficult to actually get access to it, it would seem.
So perhaps we have two options now? We either find another way in, or we go in hard.
I don't think there's going to be another way in.
I really don't like this plan, but
Okay, you need to back out of here, Joe. So that if it goes off, it only goes off in my face.
Okay. I will back up as much as the space will allow.
It's not a big bell tower, but you could probably get about 10 feet away on the other side of the.
Can you put yourself the bell between you and me?
We want to make sure that this thing doesn't ring the bell, right? If anything.
Well, I think if it's going to go off, it's going to go off in such a way as that people inside are going to notice it going off.
Yeah. Do you think we could just destroy it instead of disarm it? Just smash it? Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good way of setting it off.
Well, we're gonna set it off one way or another. This way, maybe it'll get destroyed before it has a chance to go off.
Let me have one more go. One more go.
Okay.
Third time's a charm.
Okay. But just as a point, Spider Friend's kind of dexterous, and I feel a little lucky.
Do you really want to get a spider friend have a go at it? You know what? Fine. Have spider friend have a go.
Let me just clarify something. Can I use my luck for spider friend for my familiar?
That's a good question, actually.
I have two different luck things. I have my feet luck, and then I have the Dark One's own luck, which is a warlock thing.
Yeah. And which one would you be using, or are you?
Maybe both.
Okay.
So, would you allow that?
Yeah. I mean, I think the text is close enough to allowing that. So yeah.
Okay. So here's the roll. I'm gonna use the Dark One's own luck to. Well, first I'm gonna use Lucky. I'll take advantage. So I didn't. I'll just re-roll it again. Okay. So 18.
So as your spider friend kind of goes in, you do get a better sense of the mechanism a bit. It does seem to be a string tied to a kind of a spring insured around with some other mechanisms for activation. As your spider goes in, it does not have thumbs, so the way it can disarm things is, somewhat limited. But it can try. It does kind of end up seeing some possibilities for deactivation, but it isn't able to quite pull it off.
That's okay. That's okay. Now that we know that there's a string, because there's a really simple way of fixing string-related traps. Is you hold the strings in place, and you remove whatever the dangerous thing is, and then you can let the spring just go harmlessly.
Okay.
So now that we know that that's what it looks like, because I couldn't get a proper sense of it before, I can have another go and try and do it properly rather than futzing with the spring.
Okay. Do you need any help? I can have Spider hold the string down or something, or you got this?
If Spider Friend can provide assistance to give me advantage, that would be nice.
Can he do that?
It really depends on how you're going to try to deactivate this.
So try and
Spider's gonna hold
strings. Try and keep the string from releasing and triggering the spring loading thing, whilst I remove whatever the thing is that would be shooting out of the spring, the actual dangerous bit of the trap.
Well, I guess the only issue is the only issue is the spider didn't see exactly where the string, or like where the string was attached to, or where it was going.
Oh, in that case, would be trying to do something to fix the string in place, so that when we open the trapdoor, the string won't pull.
Spider Friend's got webs.
You could certainly attempt that, yeah.
That way the trap won't trigger when the door gets open. It'll still be armed, but it just won't go off.
Okay.
In theory.
So that's what happened. Spider Friend's webbing down all of the potentially moving parts. Leaving room for Tom.
Here we go. I think it's probably the last chance we're going to get, so let's go for it. Does Spider Friend give me advantage?
Not advantage. That would just change. All that does is change the DC.
Okay, here we go. 18.
Okay. With some finagling around a bit, you do, it seems, with like the way that the spring has been, the string has been hampered with, you kind of fiddle around with it and are able to basically disconnect or disable the connection between the spring and the string. So it seems, at least, that it's disabled. So if the trapdoor opens, the spring won't go off, pulling on the string.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'll be like, sort of, seems okay. No, very, very carefully open the trapdoor.
Yeah. As it creaks open, nothing happens.
Ah.
Right, throw it.
I'm just gonna. Still invisible, so I'm just gonna wait a couple until I'm sure Talon's gone down and then I'll fall after.
And immediately looking for signs of other people in here.
You're kind of in a corridor is not the right word, but shaft right now. Heading downwards. There's one torch about halfway down, so there's some light in here. But I mean, it just seems pretty empty. Like
So
it's just going down to a lower area.
Heading over there, still looking for traps because I don't believe that's going to be the only trap in here.
Holding on to Talon.
Basically, just so you have an idea, basically, like when the trapdoor opens, it leads down like to a ladder, like so you have to climb down a ways.
So climb down the ladder first.
Yeah, exactly. And so you want to look for traps, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, you can certainly do that.
That's pretty good.
About halfway down the ladder, you notice there is like another string across that. If you continue down the ladder, you will most likely trip.
Okay. Is there a way to avoid the string?
Not easily. I mean, if you really want to get like acrobatic, you could try like hopping off and like falling and then grabbing back onto the ladder or something.
Can I climb up the ladder a little bit again and jump to the wall and cling on it and climb down the wall instead?
You could. Yeah, you could do that.
So that's what I'll do.
I'll tell you who can't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's someone here that will not be able to
do that, but is the ladder like fixed to the wall?
Not entirely. It seems to be it's a wooden ladder. And it is not entirely fixed to the wall. It seems I mean, it seems from what you could tell, even from when you're up there, the ladder is kind of it is stationed at the top, and that's kind of what, and maybe at the bottom, but that's what is like holding up the ladder, basically.
Okay. Is it possible to climb around to the reverse side of the ladder and just completely avoid the string?
There's really not enough space unless you were like tiny. Maybe small, you could pull it off, but no, not. But so maybe Ul'dan could fit, but probably not even then.
All right. So I'll explain all that to Joe, and I'll be like, okay, Joe, I don't think we can disarm this one here. We're gonna have to avoid it.
So how much longer of the ladder? Like, can you catch me if I just fall and jump on the other side of the string?
How far is it to the ground or to the floor?
It would probably about. Let's see. It's about halfway down the ladder. You can get to about the halfway point. So if you fell, it'd probably be like. And then it's 20. You're halfway down, maybe 20, 30 feet at the most.
No, I cannot catch you.
Okay.
Because what it seems like is this is all the way from the top of the tower to the bottom of the church. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that thing that Talon thought about where he's gonna jump and then fall and then re-grab onto the ladder? It's looking like my only option.
So I'm not doing that though. I'm jumping to the wall, and because I can just cling to the wall with my claws and climb down the wall.
But I can't do that, so I'm going with
you're gonna have to do the more
ridiculous plan. I'm gonna use all of my luck before the fight.
I'm gonna do my thing with the wall. I'd do that. And I'm gonna just hope that Joe is as lucky as he thinks he is.
I don't think I'm lucky. I'm feeling a little bit though. Alright.
So Talon, then you're basically going just so I have a
basically actually it's like assuming it's that close, we're that close to the wall, presumably I can I just move off of the ladder onto the wall?
Basically.
And just go up and around, keep clear of the tripwire, and then just climb down completely the other side, avoiding the trap.
Yeah. You could. It would take some time, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Joe is going to need a moment to psych himself up for this.
Okay, I'm ready. What is acrobatics?
yeah, I mean, you could make an argument for athletics, but I don't think you'll be making that argument. So,
Okay.
Come on, Joe, I believe in you.
So don't tell me whether I succeed or fail immediately, because I have to decide whether to use my
luck
thing.
points, yes, technically.
I'm gonna hold on to it.
I'm going to stick.
All right.
It's a decent blackjack number. This is so tense.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, with that roll, okay. Basically, what happens is, as you kind of jump, to avoid the tripwire, you are able to get past it, and then grab, back onto the ladder, but your grip doesn't entirely hold, and so you do end up kind of sliding a bit down the ladder and then falling off, but at a lesser height. So basically what you probably just saw, Talon, was him leap off, grab onto the ladder
He's
successfully.
invisible.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
Technically.
didn't see anything. You heard some noises, and then someone landing on the ground. Fair enough.
Did I sustain any damage, or?
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay, I double time it down the wall.
It's lesser damage, obviously, because of you technically fell from a lower distance.
Talon,
4
remember,
points damage.
don't go too far without me, because I can't follow you unless I'm holding your tail or something.
It's fine. Joe, did you survive that?
Just a little butt bruise. I'm fine.
All right, weapons ready.
Does he have to make a con save to keep invisibility?
Oh shit!
Technically, he does. Yes.
But it's 4 damage. Isn't the DC super low for that?
It defaults
I've
to
made
10.
It always will default to 10. Yes, but yes, you do make it. You are still invisible.
Yeah, still silently invisible. Okay, so I think there's a door here as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another investigation check with traps. Don't believe.
I hate Vorvin. Hate him so much.
I know. I'm just going. Why we should have planned this as that they had to come to us, not the other way around.
The problem is they have no reason to come to us, and we don't know where they're going.
I know. Okay, so 15 for checking for traps on the door.
As you're looking, I mean, you realize it doesn't seem to be trapped, although it is locked.
Damn it! Foiled it by the door. Well, I've picked a lock with my claws before. I just have to try that again. Otherwise, we really are screwed. Yeah, so I'll try and pick the lock with my claws.
Okay.
I mean, if we break down the wall, they'll know we're here, but we'll still be invisible. It's something.
You kind of fidget with the lock for a second. It doesn't seem like a super difficult lock, but you're not able to quite get it.
Crap. This is taking too long. I'll try again if I can. Oh, come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Chip a nail.
Or a claw, I suppose, in this
I'm
case.
just like, fuck that. It's alright, I've got more of them, but that wasn't good. Alright, Joe, have you got anything for this?
No. Not even. I can't even try and bullshit a thing. I got nothing.
Okay, so we're literally here until I can get this door open.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I've got nothing that wouldn't absolutely reveal where we are.
Crap. Alright, I'll just have to keep trying then. We don't have any other options.
Yeah, the hallway doesn't go in any other way. There are no other doors. This is it.
So it seems, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, while he's doing this, can I look for hidden doors or something?
Yes, you could.
I'll do that. Is that investigation or perception? I'm equally bad. Can I have?
Either would be fine. Again, I mean, they reveal different aspects or different things, but either would work.
I'd like to do this while looking through Spider Friend's eyes.
All right. You don't notice like any like hidden doors or anything.
Okay, I'm just waiting, I guess.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna get back at it. Oh, come on!
Wow. Ugh. How many claws is that? Try the pinky.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try the pinky because don't have anything else to do, but just keep trying until it works.
Ah, I told you.
22. Does the pinky work?
Finally, with a small click, you do hear the door unlock.
Is there enough room for Spider Friend to go under the door before I open it?
Let me think.
Unless it's a tall door. I think he's a big ass tarantula.
Yeah, he's a pretty big tarantula. Like he's tarantula size. He's not actually spider size.
Crack the door and he could walk through.
I would say the door would probably. Yeah, I think the door would have to be at least slightly opened.
That defeats the purpose then. Because I wanted to do it before we made the noise of opening the door. Because I wanted to just throw the door open and attack if possible.
You got some WD-40. Let's just make these hinges nice.
I don't. I'm afraid. No WD-40.
That doesn't come in the adventure pack.
No. Yeah. It needs oil of slipperiness. Oh well.
Actually, now that you mention it, let me double check that the Explorer's pack doesn't have oil in it.
But yeah, so
yeah, no oil, I'm afraid.
So what's the plan then?
All right, we're still silent and invisible, so the only issue is opening the door.
Let's just be careful.
Okay, so tell you what, you don't need to have anything in your hands to fight, do you?
I just need to have free hands.
Okay, that's cool. So why don't you open the door, and I'm going to ready an action with my bow.
Okay. Am I opening it quick or slow?
Slow. We still want to be quiet in case they're not, just standing on the other side. Or maybe in case they are standing on the other side. I don't know.
I'll pretend I'm the breeze. I'll open it very slowly.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm drawing my bow. I'm getting ready to shoot.
Okay, and we will cut back over to the other group now. Alright, so you've been, Furnace and Ul'dan, you've been sitting there for a minute or two when it seems that kind of Odie perks up, kind of whispers over to you, I think he's coming.
Vorvin?
No, the oatmeal man. He kind of just shakes his head at you.
Just making sure.
And from the far end of the church, from one of the back rooms that I think Furnace has seen when he'd first come in looking for holy water to make oatmeal with, you do see the door open and a short familiar gnome, does appear and walks down through the mostly broken pews and towards you, and it is Vorvin.
¿Qué pasó, amigo?
As he gets a bit closer, he kind of turns to the three of you. So y'all made it then?
Well, we're here. And at Odie's insistence, I've made oatmeal.
That's good. Did you bring any other food?
Ul'dan, did you bring any other food?
I don't think I did.
Let me guess. He told you to bring oatmeal here.
Yes.
I told him to need supplies, but I should have figured that'd mean oatmeal for him. Well, that's all right. As long as we have oatmeal.
We have oatmeal made with holy water.
Holy oatmeal.
At which point I'm going to take off my shoes and offer them up as sustenance as well.
He kind of just looks at you. We'll wait on that one. I'd prefer to be starving before we come to there. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? How was your trip?
Well, we're still alive, and there are a lot of not alive people out there.
I'm glad you all made it all back from the Underdark. That's surprising.
Yeah, well, thanks to your help, we made it back just fine, clearly. Now, mind you, some of my party members, present company excluded, did want to kill you and probably still do.
Oh, they get very close. They'll probably be here very shortly.
Oh, great. Fantastic. I bet they won't be in the mood for oatmeal.
Probably not. So what's the plan? I mean, I have plans. I have lots of plans, but what's the plan?
Well, Ul'dan, why did we come here again?
To meet with Vorvin.
Oh, and why were we meeting with Vorvin?
Because Vorvin has stuff to deal with the drow.
Oh, yes, the drow. I'd forgotten all about them. Even though they tried to kill me.
Still trying.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they'll be successful. We'll see.
But no, I have plenty of plans. I have plans about the drow, plans about Lolth, plans about the voice in Joe's head. But I mean, like, the plan for now. Like they're coming and we're gonna do something, right?
We could run and hide. Any secret passages around here? Certainly came out of something.
True, but I'd rather not. I have some things here. I'd rather not leave.
So you want to fight them?
Subdue them.
What?
Subdue them.
Subdue them.
Yes. I don't know. The voice in Joe's head has been looking for me, apparently. It's quite fun.
Oh, really?
We may share a common enemy. Interesting.
You and the voice in Joe's head? Oh, do you think the voice would keep them from killing any of us?
Me?
No,
He made
great.
that very explicit. But you? No guarantees.
Well. Okay, Sarah.
So.
Do we have any nuts?
Net?
Rope? Can you make a trap? You're really good at making traps. Maybe you can make a trap.
They're there.
Traps are there. Have they been caught yet?
We probably hear them.
Ul'dan, you got any thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, the only thing I can really think of is that they're probably going to try and get in, somewhere you wouldn't think there to be traps.
That's almost nowhere.
Well, then they'd probably try and enter from the place we would least expect.
You think they're digging a tunnel?
Probably not that unexpected. More...
Well, you said the most unexpected.
Well, as unexpected without days worth of effort.
Ah. So they're lazy.
I guess you could word it that way, yeah.
I mean, all the entrances, I think, are pretty obvious. There's the front door, windows, secret passageway, which I don't think they would find. I don't think they're that smart. And the clock tower. That's about it. Bell tower. Yeah, same diff.
Hmm. Well, if they were reasonable people, they would come in on the first floor. But I'm not sure they're reasonable.
Well, if they were coming in on the first floor, it'd be through that door right there. And then he just points to the front door.
So, are we in the sanctuary part of the church? Is that where we are?
Yeah, basically.
If I were going to do it, I would come in from the basement and work my way up. But
I
I
would
think like these.
It would require them to find the passageway that you used to get in, I presume.
You're probably right.
And there are traps there as well.
Well, are there any traps in this room?
This one?
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I'm still working on some of them, actually. Haven't had much time. Just recently got set up here.
What are you working on here, anyway?
Dark magic. It's very bad. Lots of undead.
Ah, you're responsible for all of them, huh?
No. But I mean, I could have been. But no, I don't think so.
You don't think so, huh?
I mean, when I showed up, they were here already. I could have done that, but unlikely.
So
but I am studying them, and I have plans, but we can discuss it after.
Okay.
Unless it seems important to discuss right now. I mean, we could do that too.
Nope. I'm going to take your word for it. But maybe we should be paying closer attention to what's going on around us. Have we heard anything? Have you heard anything? Has anyone heard anything? Ul'dan, have you heard anything?
I don't think so.
Sally, have you heard anything? She hasn't heard anything.
You hear a small voice to your side. You see Odie eating oatmeal, trying to respond to you as well.
What was that, Odie? You haven't heard anything, huh?
No, just this oatmeal.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm. And he continues to eat it. We could set up a bait.
Like a worm.
Yeah, but the worm would be one of you two.
Tell me more.
Well, we put one of you. We put both of you, one of you. Both or one. It doesn't matter. And we put you by an entrance or a thingy-mabob that they could come through. And then when they come, they'll see you and focus in. And then the rest of us lay in wait. And go, surprise! And then boom.
Like a big birthday party.
That could work.
Well, Ul'dan,
Do you think we should say surprise, though? That's a good question.
I think you should, yeah.
It'll catch them off guard, probably. They won't know it hit them.
Probably.
They'll be like, oh, is this a birthday party? And then we'll be like, no, it's not. And then they'll be like, disappointed.
Very much so.
And then they'll probably kill one of you. But, casualties.
Well, Ul'dan, which one of us wants to be the sacrifice?
I'll do it. hopefully won't immediately shoot on sight if they see me.
Oh, they probably will. Maybe I should do it. They didn't like me.
Well,
And
I'd like to get out of this without anyone dying.
to be honest, I have nothing really to live for anymore. So, I think it could be me.
You hear Odie chime up. You have me, Furnace.
Oh, well, we could use Odie.
What do you think about that, Odie? Kind of sits there eating oatmeal. If there's oatmeal there.
No, Odie, you're too innocent to let die so gruesomely.
Oh, I won't die. I'll just go poop. And then poop.
You might have to wipe afterwards.
I could do those things simultaneously.
I say we let Odie. I think he's the best man for the job. Most well prepared.
Okay. Where do we want to put him? If they come through the basement, they'll come up over there, and he kind of points to the ground where the floor shifts over that you came out of, Furnace, when you used that secret entryway. If they're using the front door, they'll come in, and he just points at the front door. And if they're using the bell tower, they'll be coming in over there, and he points towards a fairly thick wooden door off to one of the sides of the church. And then, of course, the windows. But I presume we will know that they're bursting through a window.
Probably. Alden, you got any ideas on how to pick which way they might come?
I doubt they'll come through the front door. That's too obvious for them. So it's really just a choice between the basement and the bell tower.
Do you think they're capable of finding their way into the basement?
I honestly sort of doubt it.
Yeah, I do. And that cat, he does like to climb.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point too. I'd probably say the bell tower then.
Yeah, I would think that's probably the way as well.
I mean, what we could do is just put Odie here, and he kind of pushes Odie over towards kind of like the middle of the room a little bit, so the door would open up and Odie would be visible. He'd also be visible from pretty much the basement access as well, because the staircase would be pointing right at him, and then we go somewhere else.
2 birds with 1 stone. Brilliant.
I don't see any birds in here. Could have eaten them. Been a long couple days.
Some roast fowl does sound tasty good right now.
Where would we go?
Maybe there. He kind of points at the altar. Or maybe there. And he points to the side room that he came out of. Or we could just, hide behind one of the pews.
I've seen that movie. It doesn't end well. I think we should hide under the altar.
That didn't end well for us last time.
Yeah.
I mean, it did in the end, but not initially. It didn't go well.
Yeah, well, I don't see any drow around here right now.
That's true. Although there could be.
There could be.
Well, okay. And he just wanders off to the altar.
Are there any secret doors in the altar here?
No. There does not seem to be any secret doors. I mean,
Can we
if you
all hide under the altar?
not under it, but two of you probably could fit under it. Most likely Vorvin and Ul'dan, since they're both small. But you could hide like behind it. Like the physical altar would block the view or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Let's go about that route.
How far away is the altar from both entrances?
From the basement, it's pretty much equivalent distance, but you're about it's slightly closer to the basement. You're about 15 feet away from the basement and 25 feet away from the door. That would lead out to the bell tower.
Okay.
So it's close, but not like right next to it or anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I get my magic items back from Odie?
Your what?
I gave him like 3 magic items to hide, and I mean, we're in zombie territory pretty much.
It's true. If you want to, you could ask for them back before you go over to the altar.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out my deck of cards and try to divine the future from them.
You can certainly try to. Are they even fucking
Hero
whatever?
cards? I don't think so. I think they're just regular cards.
The 4 spades. That's really telling you about the future there.
Right.
Okay. So you're currently all behind your little shrine. So now we will cut back. Cut back to Joe and Talon.
Yes.
You were about to open the door, correct?
Yeah.
Very
The
slowly.
thought occurred before we open the door. Can Joe's voice in his head tell us what's on the other side of the door?
I don't want to ask it.
You would have to ask him.
Joe
He's made
has
that very clear.
You got this.
All right. Open the door. Arrow knocked and ready.
All right. When the door opens, you both need to make a
Oh shit! There was a trap on the door.
actually, the critical failure activated the trap. When you were lockpicking.
Ew.
To be fair, it didn't just take critical failure, but that did the trick too. You all need to make a Constitution save, and actually, Ul'dan and Furnace, you also need to make that Constitution save.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
We all get hit with it. Fantastic.
The party that dies together dies.
Rise together.
Okay, you all make the save. So you all take.
Pretty good.
You all did well. We're just sorry for the best. You all take half of this damage. As you open the door even slightly, suddenly you hear a click, and you hear like literally, it sounds like a thunderbolt just went off like right next to you, and then suddenly there's a huge sonic force that shoots out. So you all take half of this damage, 14 points of damage.
I'd like to say that if I didn't take half, that is my current hit points.
Wow.
Well, I'm definitely dying. I have 14 health.
And none of you are deafened. But if you had failed, you would have also
So
been
I need
deafened.
to make a concentration
We both
check.
need to make concentration checks. Oh,
Yep.
I failed mine.
Oh, wow.
I failed mine.
Oh my god!
So suddenly, you hear Furnace and Ul'dan. Literally, it sounds like an explosion / a thunder wave, whatever. Like just goes off, and If you're looking, the door is swung open now, and there is Talon and Joe standing there. And
am I able to take my ready action at least?
Hi.
Since you made the save, I will. Yes, you can have one action.
Cool. Who can I see?
Odie.
2 shots
Good
at
enough.
Odie. So where are we? Yeah. So shot number 1 is a sharpshooter shot. Damn it.
That will miss.
Regular shot
That will hit.
for 12 points of piercing damage on Odie.
Okay. So as one arrow goes over his head, the other pierces into him. And we are in combat. So
Yay. This is going so poorly. I have a quarter of my health. Actually, it's closer to half, but it's not very much.
Oh my god.
let me do something. Do.
Your voice in your head had better turn up if Morvin intervenes.
Oh, yeah, that's all I can I trust it to do.
It's the wrong map. Okay, that's annoying. Sorry, I'll just do one of my trademark maps for you real quick, because the map I had is actually wrong. So that won't actually be helpful for this. So we will be getting a very stellar.
Whatever I could use to keep Ul'dan very far away from me.
I think I'm just gonna immediately run up and hit you. You're sort of in a bad situation here.
Yeah. Maybe it's time I change sides. Wouldn't that be a bitch?
Yeah, that would
Like start shooting Talon. I was with you guys all along.
That would be just dreadful if I had to kill all of you. I mean,
you would definitely kill me. For sure. With one arrow.
Oh yeah.
But okay. I'm gonna add a couple more things, but just to get you onto the map and get initiative going. That black line is the altar. The brown line is the door. Very detailed. I'll be adding a couple other things.
At least this has cleared up some things for me. I now have no question as to what spells I have to use.
And then that's so Furnace and Eldon, you're both behind the altar with Vorvin, and Odie is in the middle of this room right now.
That's a great initiative. I was always told that I show great initiative.
And now you've proven it, I guess, right?
Okay. Well, I'm fairly certain I know how this is gonna go.
Yeah, we needed surprise, but
I'm having a hard time.
We needed surprise and to really not get thunder waved like that. Oh my god, that was bad.
You have a 5 initiative, but you didn't add yourself. Do you have a token on? Okay, I'll just add you in.
It took a minute. It took a hot minute for me to get it over there.
Okay.
So what is that black line that they're all situated against?
An altar.
Okay. Are they hiding behind it or just sitting down at it?
Technically, I believe Eldon and basically what it is, it's like a big, like kind of tabernacle-y, big table kind of shit altar. But there's kind of a storage area in the center, and I believe technically, unless you were not wanting to do that, Eldon, you and Vorvin were hiding under it. But at least Vorvin was hiding under it.
I'd probably be hiding behind it. Yeah.
Oh. I guess I actually need to add Odie onto the map. Actually, Padley, I made a thingy for him, so might as well use it. Edit. Oh, not that. Did everyone else has got an initiative in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Technically, just for the sake of making a quick note about this, technically, certain voice also has an initiative, but that will not be shown, so don't worry about it. But he does also have an initiative. And let me just roll initiative for Vorvin and Odie, and then we should be good to go.
It's like say, Talon, it was fun hunting with you.
18.
We're not done yet.
Oh, the sheet isn't correct for Odie. That's fine. I'll just add him the turn and then roll for him.
I have seen the future from my cards, and there is a big bang in our near future.
You're a little late. I was a little late, but the stars did eventually talk to you. Wow, that's a very split initiative, like half high, half low. Like I said, a certain voice also has an initiative roll, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I guess Vorvin's first. What else is new?
Hey, Vorvin.
Hey, how's it going?
We
Could be
forgot
better.
to yell surprise!
Oh, surprise!
Surprise!
And then he'll pop up and look at you, and it is Vorvin, and you probably recognize him pretty quickly.
Yep.
And he kind of looks over, sees you all. And suddenly he seems to kind of mutter a few things to himself, and suddenly you see 3 duplicates of Vorvin appear around him.
Oh, good. More.
But yes. And then Vorvin, with now it seems 4 copies of Vorvin, seems to kind of shift back in the room. Where yeah, I mean, you'd probably see this. There is a small door, like in a side room, that he seems to be vaguely heading towards or whatnot. But that will end his turn. At which point, I guess they're both going first. Okay.
Hi, Odie.
He was still eating until he got an arrow into his chest. He was still eating his oatmeal. So you did interrupt his meal. He kind of turns and looks over at both of you. Kind of just thinks to himself for a second. And then you see him disappear. So, and you are not sure where he went. All right, Eldon, it's your go.
Alright, he's gonna come running out, just screaming, sorry! Because he doesn't feel good about this.
I'm gonna scream.
And
Release a manly scream.
he's gonna attack Joe.
I cower. That's a miss? That's a miss.
Oh wow.
Come on.
I'm also gonna second wind to restore a bit of health.
No. Don't hurt me.
Oh, I mean, he isn't hurting you, I believe. I believe he's just healing.
It's just healing.
I like peek out from beneath my fingers.
Or will that end your turn then?
Yeah.
For some reason I thought you had 3 attacks. I guess you have action.
Yeah, I can.
He would have had to use action surge, but yeah. Talon, it is your turn.
So it's going to be you first, is it, Eldon? And I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark him.
Okay, he is Hunter's marked.
And then I'm gonna
Say
take 2 shots at him. 19 and 14.
19 hits.
19 and the 14. So that's 8 plus 4 plus 3.
What's Colossus Slayer? Is that for when I'm damaged?
yeah, it's when
Yeah.
you're damaged.
I'm not damaged.
At all?
Nope, I fully healed.
Oh, in that case. Yeah, in that case, you don't take that this turn.
Yeah.
Okay, then you took 11 points of damage.
And I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just going to stay where I am.
Okay.
It's my turn.
Furnace, you are up.
Oh, I'm going to pop up,
Okay.
and what does that say? 60? I can't read
50.
that.
That
Okay.
says 50, where you're at right now.
Okay. I'm going to move my little man over to here,
Okay.
and say, "Why do you insist on killing everyone in Talon? Why? Why? Why?"
Because you started it, bitch.
It's like nod, like he's right.
Yeah, I mean, even Ul'dan's nodding.
Yeah. At which point, Furnace takes off all of his clothes entirely
Oh,
Okay.
and starts spinning in circles. And that will end his turn.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I
Okay.
wanna turn
Yes,
to
it is-
Eldon
It is your turn.
for a second. Just like look real. Like, are you absolutely positive this is the side you pick?
I mean, I think Odie and Vorvid have some good points. I mean, I'm not so certain about Furnace. I mean,
Okay.
I think you guys could probably just try and talk it out, maybe.
I think we're past that. I'm not gonna kill you. And I have Spider Friend. Actually, I'm close enough. I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna touch Eldon vampirically.
Sounds sexual.
I'm
doesn't
gonna
it?
use my Dark One's own luck to add a D10 to that.
Okay.
Whoops, and I minimized it. So that's
Yeah, that,
okay, and damage from that is 15. And I believe I heal for half of that.
Yes.
So I heal 7.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you take 15 points of damage, Eldon.
Okay.
It is now
I'm sorry about that.
Yes, just apologize every time. It is Vorvin's turn. Furnace, technically you're spinning around naked right now, but I would allow you to make a perception check. You're the only one that has any possible awareness. Strangely enough. Yeah. Off in the corner. God damn. Dead man walking. Okay. Off in the corner of your eye, you actually do see a drow figure next to Vorvin.
He stops spinning and looks dead at Worman.
Okay. But yes, you can take that information on your turn. Or what you'd like to do with that information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, you do see it does seem that Vorvin is saying something. But it's hard to discern exactly what's going on, but you do notice it. Would any? No, none of the rest of you would really probably be in any position to notice that.
I'm very preoccupied.
Okay. Very preoccupied. So at this point. Okay, so Ul'dan, technically you're in the doorway, right?
It seems like that, yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to like clarify. Like, basically you're in the doorway, and then both of them are in the room. That they had come in. Not sure what take. All right. It is your turn, Ul'dan.
Oh. I mean, guys, I have no interest in your fight with Furnace. I mean,
Then get
he's
out of the
pretty
way.
crazy. Yeah,
We
that's
don't
what
wanna hurt you either.
that's what I'm saying. But you know, just don't attack Odie and Vorvin, and I'm fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever. Fine. Get out of the way.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go disengage and walk away.
All right. That brings us to. I presume is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Furnace
Okay.
first.
Talon, you're up.
Yep. I'm gonna move through the door. I'm gonna back down that way.
Wait at the door. There was a held action.
Oh, okay.
As you enter through the door, you need to make a deck save, I guess. Oh,
Natural
nice.
20.
Wow.
Nice.
You will take half damage from this as a giant ape is falling towards your head right now.
Holy shit!
I
Wow.
have so many questions.
So somebody knows how to polymorph.
Yeah,
Does
somebody
he still
does
have
know.
4 level spell slots left after all of his teleporting?
Oh my god. Are you sure we can kill Odie? Good god.
This was his last slot. Don't worry.
God damn.
It'll be the last slot ever.
He's a giant ape. He doesn't need any more slots. Those things are fucking
Yes,
dangerous.
he was waiting till the final one to actually utilize this. I believe it's 4 for every 10 feet. 1.
Oh god. Drop 8.
26 for 10 feet. He probably dropped from about near the top of the church.
Oh shit.
He was just
Wow.
hanging out. He
Um,
he just disappeared. He was hanging out at the top of the roof and hanging on as an ape. That's what he'd been doing. And I held his
Okay.
action for if anyone that he thought was an enemy walks through the door, he just drops on them.
hopefully you're not a pancake.
Does he drop on Ul'dan too? Those things are
Technically, Ul'dan did back away. I believe far enough not to get affected by it.
Was that coordinated? Did we just get played? That's what Joe's thinking, like, that sneaky halfling bitch.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, come through! A giant ape just falls on.
coordinated.
Like, oh man, they were planning. Their plans are better than ours.
You'll take half of this damage, so I had to double check the rules
It's
real
like
quick.
half of 800.
7. Okay, I'm still good. It's cool. Does he
But there
maintain
is a
concentration on his
giant
spell?
ape now there.
Does he maintain concentration?
He doesn't take any damage. Not for a huge creature from that distance.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Because technically he only he didn't fall far enough for him to take damage
Alright.
as a huge creature.
Okay. So where is he? Because he's obviously.
Yes, I'm currently finding an image of a giant ape to put on.
Just make
On the
Odie's
screen.
picture bigger and just put it right there.
Yes, a giant Odie is there.
I mean,
I might
Same
have a
thing.
giant ape token somewhere actually. Let me see if I've got it here.
Yeah, he is basically a giant ape. So if you do, I would appreciate.
Let me
Was-
have a look.
This was actually an idea that
Yeah,
I
do.
came up
I have
with.
a giant ape. Oh shit! What just happened? I'll put it in the Discord chat. because I can't put it on to look at. That is the Monster Manual of Giant Ape.
Ah, it is indeed. I think
I've never actually dropped a giant creature on a player before. You have been doing this wrong.
I have dropped a gigantic creature.
Ooh.
Not onto another player, but I've dropped a purple worm from like 400 feet up as the way of defeating it.
Oh, wow.
We
That
polymorphed it into a mouse, and my wizard another character polymorphed it into a mouse, and my wizard just picked it up, flew up 400 feet, and let go.
Damn.
yes, normally my plans don't involve giant ape, but Odie. I was trying to think of what Odie would actually do. Yeah. And it was just
And
like,
there
oh,
was
he has one spell slot left, and he has polymorph. Yeah, he'd probably do this.
That's the best use of it, definitely. Go giant ape.
3x3. He pretty much landed on you, so of course this is going to overlap right now. But he landed right about there.
Yep. So I'm going to move out from under him.
Okay.
I can't see it. There I am. So I'm going to move to. I don't want to disengage because he'll murder me. But I'm going to take 2 sharpshooter. Actually, well, I'll take 1 sharpshooter shot and I'll see how that goes.
Again, it's 2
at furnace.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Where am I? Longbow sharpshooter. 13. He's naked, so I assume that hits.
Yeah. How much armor do you have?
You did say you're naked now, so you lose your AC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, your AC should be 10 plus dex.
So I'll take another shot as well.
What is your dex side?
My dexterity, the big number, the little number.
The big number, but it should be a smaller value because that's a really bad way of phrasing that.
The big number is 2.
Yeah, so your AC is 12. So
okay,
both of those
that hits.
They both
for that much, and Colossus Slayer. So 30, 47 points of damage.
47 points. Let me do some math here real quick.
I'm really jealous of how much health you guys have.
There's no amount of more. Oh, how much health do you have?
My max is 32.
Okay. How much health do you have, Furnace?
I'm currently sitting at 36 out of a possible 50. So, and how much damage did I just take?
47?
Took over 40 points of damage. So
yeah, so you're unconscious.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Come on, Joe, finish him! And bonus action.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're not taking care of the kaiju in front of us?
one problem at a time.
I don't know if you could... So let me just... I'm inside... I'm on the other side of the door, and there's a gorilla right outside the door. I don't think I can.
Spider-Friend can.
He's gonna get squished! He has 8 health!
Charm the giant ape to our side.
I can't!
Charm the giant ape.
Have you ever seen me do that?
I don't know. Just help me finish him off. He's down, but you need to finish him.
I'm sorry. I literally can't get to him.
I'm done. That's my turn is over anyway.
All right, Furnace. Death save me up. If you roll natural,
you got it.
If you roll a natural 20, I'm just like, fuck. Natural 1. Come on,
your will towards
and he's dead.
Your will towards death is finally becoming apparent.
He's just sprinting towards the light.
You didn't even give me a chance to yell drow in the sanctuary.
I mean, they might be aware of that, but you know. All right, Joe, it is your turn. There's a giant ape in front of you right now.
Okay.
Can you
am I in a? No, I can't do anything useful. If it was a useful thing, just assume I can't do it.
What spells did you take out of just my own curiosity?
Hypnotic Pattern, Vampiric Touch, Invisibility, Scorching Ray, Suggestion, Protection from...
I mean, what did you take at level 6?
Oh, Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. I mean, that could have a use.
I thought it would be...
It would
Yeah,
work.
but it wouldn't move him. He would still be right there. And I'm over here.
Yeah, but you can squeeze through his legs and stuff if he's charmed and incapacitated.
Didn't you already use both spell slots?
No, I used one. Oh wait, no, I have used two. I don't have
Yeah.
any
That's true. You've just got vampiric touch going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch something. That is
All right.
true.
I'm gonna touch the gorilla.
That's again very vague.
Yeah, maybe he'll fail his concentration check.
Does that hit?
Does that hit a gorilla? I know beasts have crappy AC, but I don't think that's going to be enough for a giant ape.
Generally,
Maybe.
they do have pretty good. It actually does hit. Yeah. No, again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bad AC. It's a
Nice.
but a shit point ton of health points.
Yeah, they've got like 150 hit points or something on a giant ape. They're crazy.
It's slightly altered. I have slightly altered stats for this, but yes, it's a lot.
So with the door in the way as it is, am I in a position to take an op attack if I take a step back?
The door would be this size. You would get an attack of opportunity. I would say his attack roll would be at disadvantage though, because he has to swing through a door.
I'm pretty sure if he hits me, I'll just go down. So that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna crouch. Something. I don't know.
What about Spider Friend? Can you send Spider Friend underneath the...
Yeah, can Spider Friend walk through his legs?
Yeah, he's small.
Okay, one.
Almost. I mean, he's technically somewhere in the verge between tiny and small. I kind of fudge it depending on the situation.
He comes out over there, I guess.
You see a small spider crawl under an ape, Ul'dan, and appear in front of you.
Why is Spider Friend over here?
Because he didn't want to be over here. Don't worry about it.
I mean, you guys could stop attacking, like, as a whole, like, everyone can...
There's a giant gorilla!
Oh, so Furnace isn't dead yet.
How do you know?
Because I can see him breathing!
He is still breathing. I presume that ends your turn. Sorry, Joe. Was that the end of your turn?
Oh, yes. Yes.
I like how they specify that giant apes in the monster manual are unaligned. It's like, yes.
Wild card ape.
Yeah, suddenly he'll become lawful evil, and you just won't know what's going on. Okay, it is Vorvin's turn. I would say when you... Well, you're very preoccupied with Furnace. I'd say you could have a perception check, Talon, at disadvantage, if you'd like.
Disadvantage. Take it. That's an 8.
Yeah, you were very focused on Furnace, almost tunnel vision.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I presume, yes, Ul'dan, you're probably too distracted probably to be paying attention to Vorvin. I would guess a giant ape just landed next to you, but...
A little, yeah.
But you had no idea about. I mean, you maybe have an idea that... I mean, how familiar do you even think you are with polymorph?
I mean, not at all.
So, as far as you know, Vorvin just keeps around a giant ape that you didn't notice.
I mean, I assume they just came out of nowhere, right? So...
Teleporting
fantastic.
gorillas. That's a big
are you
conspiracy.
really sure you're on the right side?
I mean, Vorvin's just an exotic pet collector. You don't know. Okay. Technically, no one. So I'll keep Vorvin's token there for now, but technically, no one has sight of Vorvin. So
Yeah.
just as a heads up on that one. It is a certain giant ape's turn. What will he do?
What do gorillas do? Scratch his balls. I don't know.
No, he will be
Don't hurt
swinging
me.
with his fists. Apparently, let's see. One of them. Yeah, one fist will be at you, Talon. That would be a D20 plus 9. 15.
Nope.
All right, and then he'll just swing again at you.
Oh, wow.
That hit.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, that's double dice. You might be going down.
Yeah, I don't think I can take a crit from a giant ape.
That's double dice. Oh, damn. Yeah, you are probably going down. I'm actually
What's
just
the CR of a giant ape?
7.
7.
Ooh.
Yes, I did look into all of that. Very quickly, because this plan came about rather haphazardly.
Can we all team up to fight the gorilla? I just think it would be fun.
Okay, this is a
Just finish off first.
43 points.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm out.
He just swing it and like just like clashes into your head, basically. A giant ape fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shit ton. So
It's just you, Joe. You've got to finish Furnace off.
Those are some. I mean, he might finish himself off. That's actually a possibility right now. Eldon, it is your turn. You just saw a giant ape smash into Talon's head, and he goes down. And you had just seen right before that Talon shoot off against Furnace, and him go down as well.
I mean, he doesn't really care. Like, not to be a dick, but I think Eldon's like just accepted that Furnace is crazy. There's nothing good to be gotten from that, because who takes off their clothes in the middle of this situation?
I mean, it could have been a distraction tactic. Who knows?
I don't think that's going to fly with Eldon this time.
Yeah, probably not.
He's going to go over to Talon and try and stabilize him and pull him back a bit from the giant ape.
Can I speak?
I mean, yes, you have the ability. I presume. The speak.
Just, Eldon, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I agree. Furnace probably. I mean, he said he wanted to die, so that's a thing. And I mean, I don't know about Talon, but I think you're still pretty an alright person for the most part. So I mean, if you just surrender, that'd be great.
I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, that works for me. I don't know about this giant ape though.
Okay.
No, so what exactly are you attempting to do?
I mean, was he just knocked out, or
Yeah, it shouldn't be. That wasn't enough to insta kill him. So.
Oh, so like, essentially, like in a mechanical sense, is he gonna start making death saves, or?
Yes, he will start making death saves.
All right, then I'm trying to stabilize him pretty much.
All right, you could take your action to stabilize him if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, and I'm probably, yeah, that's it. That's a medicine check, right?
Yeah.
DC 10.
Mm-hmm. In combat, technically, which you technically, yeah, he's not stabilized.
Okay. So it's a death save for me then. Oh, that's a fail.
That is one failure.
There might be more than one death today, guys.
And Furnace. Drum roll. All or nothing.
It'd be hilarious if you get.
Oh wow.
One success.
You get distracted on your journey to the light.
Okay.
I think it'd be hilarious if Furnace survived. And I died.
So I'm gonna have Spider Friend make its way to Furnace. Does it take an op attack from Grape Ape?
Let's see. Would you take an opportunity attack against that? No. I'll roll a flip of a coin for it. Why not?
Okay. Furnace is dying this round because unless this guy has more reactions than I think he does, I'm getting to him if Spider doesn't.
No, he does not.
Excellent. Let's finish this. This has been a long time coming. And I'll vampiric touch him.
Okay.
I think it's with advantage, right?
Yes, you probably don't need to. I think it's one
Probably. I just want to make sure I get all the health back I can. I'm life stealing over here.
Can you? I mean, yeah, it still works, right? Technically, even if you can't get that much life from the target, right?
I can. Give me a sec. I'll show the spell card instead of the attack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but I was just wanting to double check that if you actually need to get the full, like if the full damage isn't happening technically here. On hit, the target takes 3d6, and you rain hit points equals half the damage. Yeah, there's no stipulation. Yeah, so you'll get it.
Cool. So, 15 damage, and I get back 7 more HP.
Yep, and Furnace, you are dead.
That feels better.
Success.
Okay. I presume that ends your turn. Sorry again.
Yeah, I just...
You might want to move. Technically,
I'm
you
just
would
gonna-
have 10 feet of movement on top of what
I
Spider
mean,
used.
I don't know. Does the gorilla look like it didn't attack Spider because he's giant and it's tiny, or because he wasn't going to attack? I'm not trying to get...
You can
smashed.
insight check the gorilla right now if you would like to.
Okay. Let's do that. 11.
You are not familiar with gorilla body language, so you're not
Okay.
quite sure. If you roll a natural 20,
there.
though, you know.
Just like hold my hands up. It's like, we're cool. We're cool. Don't need to go all Donkey Kong. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, but no, you're not moving or anything.
Yeah, I do not want to incur the wrath of the great ape.
The Great Ape. Okay.
But yeah, Ul'dan, I'm not sure that this is gonna be over. Like I said, I'm cool with surrender.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, we could probably just like, what do you mean exactly?
Some of us may have wanted to kill other people. I really just wanted to kill Furnace.
Oh, so Talon's pretty extreme too.
I don't know. Maybe he can be talked out of it.
I mean,
Furnace was the big one.
every time I tried to talk to him, he just sort of shouted me down. So I don't think he really can be.
You've got a kaiju though.
I mean, you've got me at your mercy, so you could just kill me. You know, it's totally up to you.
We could.
All of you need to make dex saving throws.
No,
Oh.
thank you.
Oh, I assume I fail automatically.
Yes, you do. You're not
okay.
you're not dying, but you are unconscious.
So I failed. Spider failed. We rolled the same thing. How cute.
Wow.
It is very cute. Actually, the giant ape will also have to make this save.
Does the giant ape block whatever this is? Is he like a shield ape?
Yeah, it's sadly not. What's about to hit you is a fire.
Oh,
Who? Why?
Oh, did we get fireballed?
we got
Yeah,
fireball.
You're about to get fireballed.
Oh,
Can we kill Vortman now?
Guys, I'm dead.
Probably.
I already had a failed death save, and that's 2 more for me, so I'm down. I'm
Is
gone.
that 2? Or is it 1?
It's 2 if you take damage when you're unconscious.
It is.
Shit.
Yeah, ape critically fails. So only Ul'dan, you take half damage from this. Everyone else, you'll be taking the full damage from
I'm
this.
assuming Spider Friend is dead unless you rolled less than 8.
Yeah, that's almost that is impossible. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's 8d6, yes.
At least
For 2
8d6.
casualties, and maybe more, because you don't have, 32?
Yes, he is casting it at one high level 4.
So TPK?
Oh, it might be.
TPK.
31 points of
31
damage.
points of damage, wow.
Well, I'd like to say, if I hadn't healed up, I'd be down
You'd
because
be dead, yeah.
I have 1 hit point right now.
I have 4.
Ah!
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
As suddenly
Oh,
a
I'm gonna
fireball
die.
shoots across the room, explodes right into the giant ape, and a sea of fire spreads out in front of all of you. You have all been fireballed.
Ah! Continue screaming.
All right. Giant ape. He will take 1 swing against you, Joe.
Ah, no! Kaiju!
Oh, shit.
King Kong!
Oh.
Kaiju, calm down. He is in a rampage. Actually, he just got fireballed, and he has no idea what's going on. It will
Did
be
that
at
break
this-
his concentration on polymorph?
That's not how polymorph works. I don't.
That's
believe.
not how it works? No? Okay.
You take the hit points of the creature, and then if it goes to 0, right, then take it
I
out.
thought it was
later.
still a concentration
I
spell.
think you still take damage. I thought it was just if you took damage.
Yeah, you might be right. Actually, I think I might be thinking of true polymorph, right?
I think that's the reason I've only usually polymorph other people.
If it reverts as a normal result.
Yeah, that's why you don't normally polymorph yourself.
Yeah, I think it's concentration.
Yes, it is yes. You are correct. He needs to make a con save.
Come on, please.
Good call. Thank you. I think I was thinking of true poly. I don't know why I haven't even used that spell.
I hope he doesn't have true polymorph.
Yeah, he does not. That would be.
Imagine if he's just going easy on us. He's holding on to power word kill.
Yeah, it's true polymorph. You can go crazy. You can go like dragon or pit fiend or whatever you want.
Yeah, he would be something else entirely. What is this fucking call? Yeah, okay. It's not that high. Yeah, he'll get a +2 for this roll.
Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. He could probably punch me as Odie and take me out.
Yeah.
But the question is, will I get insta-killed?
Oh, he makes a save.
He does.
Oh, shit. I might get insta... So if he does 33 damage, I instantly die?
He's 3d10 plus 9 for a punch, isn't it?
Yeah, but technically he's rolling a disadvantage because he is currently swinging through that doorway. So you have that going for you.
Okay. So that 15 would be a hit.
No. That was his con save.
Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, that was his con save.
His actual attack mod is like +9.
Yeah, his actual attack mod is +9.
He has to roll really low to not hit me.
That's 1. And this will be a disadvantage. 15. Yep, and that hits you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
12 AC.
He does 15 points of damage.
I'm very unconscious, but not dead. So, it's good.
And one swing will be against you, Ul'dan. He is just.
Oh, God. I'm probably just going to go down.
Oh.
This will just be at normal.
Yeah, I'm
definitely down. Are you dead?
He might just be dead, yeah.
Apparently, I might need to revise ever putting a giant ape in a battle again, apparently.
This is the kind of thing we'd all need to team up on.
Apparently, Odie was the secret carry the entire time of this campaign.
Yeah.
You underestimated him greatly because he could be a giant ape this entire time.
So what's the new campaign that we're doing?
42 points of damage.
I am not instant kill, thankfully.
Yeah, you'd have to practically roll at max damage, right, to get you insta killed.
Yes,
but
pretty much.
So we're 2 dead and 2 unconscious.
I'd like to think that this didn't go according to anyone's plan, right?
It really didn't.
At least none of ours.
It's going great for me.
Yeah, this is all according to Furnace's plan.
He secretly divination a giant ape and just didn't have time to tell any.
Oh my goodness. I have a monk backup ready to go, so it's all good.
I've got a wizard backup.
I was expecting to die.
With better AC, I hope. Health.
Alright. Technically, we are out of combat now.
Technically, we're in the dream zone.
Does
anyone stop the gorilla from killing us?
That's
the real question.
Yeah.
You have no idea. You are quite unconscious, but I guess you'll if you die.
Yeah,
if you die or you wake up, you'll know.
Yeah.
You can both roll D4 to see how long you're unconscious.
Oh, wow.
4 hours. That's the time to roll high.
Don't worry, I'm up and bang.
Okay. So an hour passes, and Joe, you do awaken. You are in a rather dark room, tied up. Ul'dan is not there with you.
That's good. Okay.
There's not a giant ape there either, so pluses so far.
Can I tell if I'm in the church?
If you want to make I would just say like a straight intelligence check to see if you can like piece that together. Like, is it similar enough? Yeah, you're probably still in the church.
Very tied up. Do I have any of my stuff? Like, is my bag on the ground?
It seems like any of the major items and anything magical was removed from you. Vorbin would probably be very
Excellent.
careful about that.
Okay. So I take a short rest. That's what you do when you're a warlock in this situation, right?
Okay, so we'll just say another hour passes or so, and you get yourself back together. Technically, if you want, you could also roll your hit dice. You're at 1 hit point, so.
Yes, please. I'd like to do that for all of them.
Yes, I presumed you would.
Okay. So that is 10, 15...
20, 27?
Yeah, okay. So 28 health. Okay. And I'm still tied up and no one has come here.
Not yet, no.
Hello! Hey! I'm awake if anyone wants to eat, chat. I don't have a snack.
At that, the door. You're in the side room. It seems like the door opens, and you see Odie come through. Someone say
hey!
snack.
Yeah. Could you untie me, buddy?
No, I can't. That was one of the things Vorbin specifically listed that I could not do. No matter what you promise.
Why don't you just untie me?
Oh. Clever boy. Saving throw. Okay.
It's a DC
Yes, what is the DC?
15 wisdom save.
Gets a negative modifier on wisdom.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's just gonna immediately retie you back up, though.
We'll deal with that.
You did see him turn into a... Well, actually, you might not have any idea that he was a giant ape before. But, you know.
I don't know that he wasn't, though. So
You don't know that he wasn't a giant before.
As far as I'm concerned, anyone could be a giant ape but Ul'dan.
Lucas, could you throw me up a new character sheet and I can start working up my
Yep.
for you.
So I will.
Clearly departed. Wood elf monk ready. I know exactly what he was going to be, so I can just create him.
Would you like one as well, Sonny?
What was the question?
Would you like a character sheet?
Eventually.
Well, I mean, I presume at some point you would maybe want back in if there's an opening.
Today?
If there is.
No, not today.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna rub my wrists and stand up. I'm like, great. Where's Ul'dan?
Somewhere else.
Why don't you take me to him? And I'm gonna do it again.
That seems like a good use of 2 spells.
I mean, yes, it really does to me.
I mean, it's fair. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, okay.
Great.
And he heads back out.
So I want to pay attention to where he's taking me, like where we went from, trying to get my bearings a little better.
Well, immediately, if you just look out the door, you're back in the central church area.
Okay.
You were just being kept in a side area.
Hey, do you know where my stuff is? My bag?
Yeah. I do.
Okay, cool. Just point it out to me. We walk by. Just, for future's sake.
That was on the list, too.
Oh. Okay, I'm sure Ul'dan will get this straight now.
Did you walk out into the center area?
Yeah, I'm just following Odie.
Oh, yeah. Immediately when you walk out, you see Vorvin and a certain voice in your head who is not currently in your head, standing in the center of the building, and they seem to be talking to one another.
Hey, tell me, is Ul'dan, is he okay?
As okay as you are.
Okay, so not. Hey, excuse me, Mr. I forgot your name. Sir.
Strong tactics, Mr. Sir. As you call out, both Forbin and Bayron turn towards you.
Hey, how's it going? Can I just ask a question? I'm a real big fan of that fireball thing. Who did that, by the way?
Vorvin just waves his hand. That was me.
Cool. Very good work. Thank you for that. Anyway, so this is what you wanted, right? Gesture to the guy, the dark elf.
Yes, we're having a conversation.
Cool. So I held up my end of the deal, right? So can we, like, can we be done with this? Can I get, like, renegotiate a new contract, get an annulment? Because this is really not okay. Everything that just happened to me.
It doesn't quite work that way, I'm afraid.
We should figure out a way to get that to work, because I'm not doing that shit again.
I mean, the only way out of the contract is death.
No, there's definitely another way.
Not with this contract.
I'd like to see it. Do you have it?
By fact, I do.
Yeah, can I look at it?
My paperwork. Snaps his fingers. A document does appear in front of you.
Okay, great. Let me. Can I grab it and like read it?
Yeah.
Okay, Odie, you keep taking me where Ul'dan is. I'm gonna sit down and read this.
I'll go check on him. And Odie walks off.
Yeah. And once I get to where Ul'dan is, I'm going to read this entire contract end to end and look for any loopholes. Anything.
Okay. He leads you off towards there were like 2 side rooms. He leads you off towards another one, and inside there is Ul'dan. They have him laid out on a bed right now, not tied up, but
he's breathing.
He is breathing.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Is there a chair or?
Oh yeah, there's a couple chairs in the room.
All right, I'll just pull out a chair, sit bedside, put on my reading glasses. I'm gonna lawyer my way out of this infernal pact.
I'm going to lawyer my way out of this.
Yeah.
You can do an investigation roll if you'd like to really like delve into the document.
Now, I just want to ask, I've got several hours to do this. Is there any way I can just take the maximum amount of time and give myself some sort of bonus, advantage, standard?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I've employed a lot, but if you're going to use, so you don't know this, but Ul'dan's going to be out for 2 hours. So if you're going to sit there and just literally read a document for the entire time, which is fair, I believe you can, I mean, this is something from older brew sets, but like, and I don't employ it a lot, but you could basically take a 20.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. I do that. I am like going over and over and over again, line by line. If I've got a piece of pen and a paper, I'm making notes. Like, I am just taking my sweet time to make sure this gets done right.
Okay, and what's your intelligence modifier?
Not high. -1.
So basically you're taking a 19, but yes.
Yes.
All right. So 2 hours pass. You're looking over the document. You said presumably for loopholes.
Anything that'll get me out of this contract.
Basically, the gist of this contract is, I haven't actually written it up in its entirety. I have the core elements of it, though. I figured you'd ask at some point. Basically, the gist of it is, he was not incorrect in his. Maybe it was a simplification, but he was not incorrect. Basically, the terms of the contract is life for life. So he brought you back to life. The only way to end the contract is the end of your life.
Can I give him someone else's life?
It is vague enough where you could possibly make that argument.
Okay. But there's nothing no buy clause on how I would go about doing that.
There are clauses within it about negotiation of the contract, basically saying that you don't really have much power or sway in terms of that. But there is a clause where basically it says something along the lines of, if the provider, Veyron in this instance, deems something else, equally valuable to the life and power he gave you, the contract can be ended if that is supplied. So possibly with that reading of it, you would be able to say if you were killed someone important enough to equivalent like your life and power, it could end the contract.
Is anyone else in this room?
Just Ul'dan.
Okay, do I have my dagger?
Oh, you're about to stab them.
I'm thinking about it really hard.
I don't think that would work because I'm clearly beneath his level.
You are equivalent to my level.
No, he said his level, like,
No,
right?
I thought it was to mine. Equal to me, right?
It's something that Veyron would consider equal.
Yeah.
But it's not just your life. It's also the power you were granted.
Okay.
Oh, so you'd also have to, like, do a bunch of artifacts, too, probably.
But that's something where that clause would allow negotiation in that matter, but you do feel that you'd probably actually have to negotiate that. It's not specific. It's just setting up a scenario where that it can happen.
Okay, so I'll just wait for Ul'dan to wake up, I guess. If that was a short rest, I don't know if I actually got any rest during that, because that was very intense studying.
Since you took the took a 20 for that scenario, no, that you were not resting.
Okay.
Ul'dan, you do wake up. And when you do wake up, you are in bed, not tied up, and you do see, out of the corner of your eye, you do see Joe seemingly reading over this document.
Do I see him pull out the dagger?
No.
I'm not sure that I actually have my dagger. I was looking for it, though.
Although it would be humorous to see him pull out a dagger and like look at you and look at it and then just slowly put it back.
That would be pretty funny.
But no, he doesn't even have a dagger, so it's fine. All weapons were removed from him, and you technically. You're not tied up, but you have none of your belongings.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, that sucked.
Oh, hey, you're awake. Yeah, no, that wasn't cool. What happened? Did you know that was gonna happen?
Which part? Because
the gorilla part.
No, not at all.
What about the fireball?
Also, no. If I knew there was if I knew about either of those situations, I probably would have been much further away.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Talon's dead. I didn't check. I know Furnace is dead.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could tell you, yeah, Talon's dead, because I was right there pretty much trying to stabilize him when he died.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, one more question. Is this the contract? Like, could I just rip this up, or do I think that's totally ridiculous and obviously it wouldn't work?
You could try.
I mean, there was nothing in it, like, there's no, like, this is just a copy or anything?
No, there's no wording like that.
Can I do an Arcana check or something?
You could.
Like, is this piece of paper magically binding?
Yeah,
Crit 19.
100%.
Wait, like, it wouldn't work?
No, like 100% it is magically binding.
Oh, it's like, if I do rip this piece of paper up, it'll break the contract?
Well, from the Arcana check, you would know you probably do not have anywhere near the strength to rip this piece of paper up.
Ul'dan, I need you to do something for me.
Huh.
I need you to rip this piece of paper.
Okay. I would like to quickly go over the paper.
It is a contract for someone's soul, basically. And in exchange for bringing back a life, someone was, Joe, in this case, was granted powers and brought back to life, and to end the contract. Like, if you're just skim reading it, to end the contract would require his death.
And just before you judge me, just know that I didn't actually get a chance to read this before I signed it, so, you know.
Oh, no, I understand, you know, you're gonna die, you know, most people try not to die, that's you know.
Thanks. You've always been non-judgy. I like that.
I try to be, but, you know, at the same time, that situation out there happened, so...
Yeah, I do want to apologize. Like, I know that was, a little extreme, but I just want to let you know that we never wanted to hurt. It was never our aim to hurt you.
Well, I knew you guys would
really-
probably kill Furnace.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I knew that situation was pretty non-negotiable.
And I don't know exactly what you know, but I'm never gonna trust Vorvin. He lit you on fire and you were on his side. I'm not following someone like that ever.
I'm not sure that he had much control over that, but...
He could have not done it. You had it under control. It's not like the fireball was necessary.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Anyone who uses their powers with that much recklessness, no, there's no way.
Technically, neither of you know where the fireball came from.
Vorvin fessed up to it. I asked him.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty fair.
But anyway, can you rip that? I think if we can somehow destroy this piece of paper, it'll get me out of the contract. I don't know if it'll kill me or not, but you gotta roll the dice sometimes.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a really good idea, because if I just rip this and you die, we're not really, you're not going to be in a good situation, I imagine.
Maybe not, but it means that guy won't have my soul, so it means I won't be in a worse situation.
Okay, I guess I'll try.
Elder, you just gotta understand. This guy's been in my head like 24/7 for the last week. He's been throwing me and Talon around, menacing us, showing off, flexing his magic. I can't take this dude. This is so much worse. I think fondly of the days where he would pretend to be Lulf.
Yeah, I guess I'll try, you know? I mean, I guess it'll be sad if you die, but, you know, at the same time...
It'll be fine. I mean, I'm like 50% sure it won't kill me.
So yeah, I guess I'm trying to rip the paper.
Alright, you can make a strength check. Okay. As you kind of try to rip it, it seems to completely resist, and you are not able to even, like, tear the paper.
Can I just keep trying then?
If you would really like to.
I may need to take this to Mount Doom.
Yeah, I'll try one more time.
Can you do it? Oof.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's still completely resisting. Like, it's hardly, like, when you're, like, going to tear it, it's hardly even, like the paper's hardly even flexing.
Okay. I got another couple ideas, maybe. Not that I think we're not totally screwed. I don't even know how to get the hell out of this city without Talon. Oh, God! I'm trapped here!
It's okay, I have a way out. We could just...
If it's with Vorvin, then I can't.
I don't think it's with Vorvin. I mean, it can be without.
Look, okay, just before we go in there, because Vorvin and my patron are both in there with Odie, I just need to ask you, who are you siding with? Because I'm not going with Vorvin. If you want to go with Vorvin, I totally understand, but I'm not doing it.
Well, what do you think you're even gonna do?
Anything else. I don't know.
Like, that guy pretty much has you in a contract. This seems pretty airtight. No matter what you do, he'll probably keep harassing you.
I think maybe I can find someone else to fill the contract. There was one elf guy that seemed really interested in whatever the hell this is, so maybe I could trick him into doing it. But if he intends for me to work with or underneath Vorvin, I refuse. So I just want to know what it is that you plan to do from here.
I mean, the other problem is that we also probably have Drow against us as well. Like, They're probably hunting us down.
I haven't seen any proof of that myself. Only people I don't trust have been telling me that.
I mean, I think us getting arrested and not being able to have our IDs was proof enough that something's against us.
I would rather deal with that than deal with what's in that church hallway, worship chamber, main room. Words.
I don't know. I just think it'd probably be a decent idea to follow along for at least a bit. See where it goes.
Alright. So you're up now, so why don't we go out there and have a talk with our, whoever's out there.
Okay.
Okay. So as you do walk out, Thorvin and Veyron seem to still be talking to one another. Odie's kind of sitting off to the side, right outside the door, basically waiting for you.
Odie, can you go get my stuff?
He said not till after you're done talking.
Well, he didn't specify who we were done talking to. Technically, I spoke to both of them earlier, and I just spoke to Elvin, so I'm done talking to everyone, so if you could just go get it.
I think I'll get in trouble.
Can I try a persuasion?
You could.
I mean, I think we're done talking, so why don't you just go grab it? I'm pretty sure this is what he meant.
I don't think we're done talking, really. Should probably just stay here.
Let me see. What was that?
Listen, I'll go over there and make sure we're done talking. You just go find my stuff and bring it.
I'll go to your stuff. And when they tell me, I'll bring it.
Okay. And, I want to go back to that main room where Thorvin and Veyron are.
Chatting it up.
Hey, guys. Look who's up.
Glad you're alive, Ul'dan.
No thanks to you.
Yeah, getting a fireball and then getting punched by a giant ape will generally knock you out for a while.
Sorry about that. That was, collateral damage.
Collateral damage, he says. That's what we are. But,
to be fair, Mr. You were trying to kill me.
You don't know that. I was trying to kill Furnace. No one ever attacked you.
I'm quite aware you were trying to kill me. He even said so, and he points to Veyron.
If he really communicated everything that happened, you would know that Talon was trying to kill you.
And you
I didn't oppose it.
I mean, it's not like you're that big of a threat, but yeah.
True. I'm not even insulted. Mr. Veyron, sir.
Yes.
I've been reading over this contract, and there's some subclauses here I'd like to speak with you about.
Go ahead.
So when you clarify that I can, there's a part in here about substituting the subject of this contract. What exactly are the parameters that need to be met for this to happen?
Something that is of a high enough interest for me to warrant an exchange for the termination of the contract. That would be equal to the powers you've been granted and the life that you've been granted.
Okay, so I just want to put some things in perspective. I don't really think I'm as valuable as... Like, I think it's pretty easy. I could find someone better for you without working too hard, right? We can agree to that. I mean, you don't like me being your underling. I don't like you being my boss. I think we mutually want to find someone better suited for this job, right?
Possibly.
So how about that's my new job? I'll go find someone for you to take this job. It's mutually beneficial. I'll find you the perfect host, and you don't bother me. And
There's a
then
more pressing matter.
I really, not to me, like there really isn't.
You would be surprised.
Surprise me.
Take it away. And he kind of shifts over back to Vorvin. Well, I've been doing some research here, and there's some bad things. Real bad. Very bad. Drow, army, surface, soon.
Okay. And oh wait, was that it?
Can you show proof of it?
It's a good question.
I'd like to remind you of the last time we tried to fight a Drow army and how utterly ineffective we are. This isn't anything that I can deal with. The best thing that I can do for this problem is buy some makeup and some fake long ears and pretend to be a Drow. Which I plan on doing right after we leave here. I'm just
I have a plan.
Enlighten me.
You can help.
Or I could get someone better.
No. Time is short. See, there's undead here, right?
Is that not rhetorical? Yeah.
Just making sure. I haven't been outside in a couple of days. Things can change. It was created by a very strong dark magical presence. That's why I'm here. I was curious about it and certain thingies it was doing. And so I was like, I guess I should come here. And then you guys came here. Interesting. And then I've been studying it. And I think I can harness it through a machine to go kaboom.
No.
No what?
I'm not helping you make something else explode. Anything involving you and explosions has nearly killed me, so no. Next plan.
That's the only one I had.
Okay, so about this this new guy. There's this elf. He was really interested. I think we can get him. Maybe I could use some magic to change the words on the contract. Does he need to sign it, or can I just kill him? How's this work?
I mean, you'd have to prove that elf would have any interest to me. So far, I don't see any.
Well, the interest is that without your powers, he's probably as strong as I am. So with your powers, he'd be way more useful to you. Really, anyone who's not worthless will be more useful to you than I am.
Well, your worthlessness has a use.
I really don't... What?
You're in no position to argue or disagree with me in the end unless you're willing to die. That has a use.
I have told you that I will die to spite you, right?
Yes, eventually. But so far, your will to live has not done that. So, But please prove me wrong at some point. I'd quite enjoy the show.
Fucking hate you.
Back to my idea. As Vorvin interrupts. So, if we have a bomb, we make it go boom, and then, right now, so there's a second reason I'm here, and the dark magic thing kind of just helped. Because I was going to make a bomb, right? Because, of course, bombs make sense. But this location happens to be over a central tunnel on this side of the continent to the Underdark. So we go boom, collapse the tunnel.
How many people are gonna die as collateral damage to this?
Lots of drow, probably.
And anyone else?
Oh, pretty much all the undead here.
That sounds pretty positive,
You just believe him?
I mean...
Am I the only one that thinks people die?
If you could show proof, then yeah, it does sound pretty positive. I'm not saying that I'm willing to go along with it with nothing, but if he has proof of the tunnel and then I'd probably be fine with it.
Hmm. But I would need some help setting off the bomb. And that's where you would come in.
Is he looking at me?
Yes, he is looking at you.
You want me to... What would this entail? If I were to hypothetically do it, which I won't.
I need the undead to be concentrated in one area. So you guys would go and get all the undead to one place.
I want to look back to my patron, like, throw me a bone here, Matt. If I help with this, can we get someone, like, give me something here. I need some hope that I'm getting out of this. Otherwise,
if you fulfill this, the use this will have to me is great enough to warrant the termination of the contract, I would say.
Great, Ul'dan, let's go do it. Give me like 20 minutes. We can do this. Actually, I think just you can do it. Yeah, don't worry. So listen, you go put on your armor. I'll go cast protection from evil on you, and then you just go shout and bring them all to one place. We'll be done in like an hour.
I mean, I that could work, but at the same time, I could very possibly get trapped,
Well, I mean, yes, but
I mean,
no, that's
why
it.
don't you just tag around, Joe? I mean, if you die, then you get out of your contract anyways. Right?
I can only cast protection from evil and good on one person.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, if you die, well, then you're out of the contract either way. Since you're so eager.
Listen, it's not about me, but if I die, then the spell will end on Ul'dan and he'll die, and I'm not gonna go out getting my only friend killed.
Is there, a way for you to possibly, make sounds from far away?
Yeah, I can do... Yes. Well, 30 feet. Is that far?
Sort of.
Okay, here's what we can do. I can turn us both invisible, we can hide, and then I'll make sounds 30 feet from us, and they'll all gather over there, and they won't see us?
Well, we need a lot of undead. Probably enough to fill the plaza.
Are you trying to get me killed?
I mean, if it happens, I guess that would maybe happen. So, not trying, because if you die, then the plan probably won't work.
Hey, Joe, was that bell intact?
It was, I believe.
Oh,
I was a little more
that.
preoccupied.
Oh, why wouldn't you touch that?
Oh, I trapped it.
Okay, wanna untrap
Wait,
it?
that's a good idea.
Yeah, can we trigger the trap remotely?
I could.
Cool, let's do it.
But I need bodies out there. Undead, they like sound, that's true. But I do need a target for them. And that's you guys.
Okay, give me like an hour. You know what, can we do this tomorrow?
Time is limited.
Yeah, but I don't know if you know this, but I got hit by a fireball and a giant gorilla today.
Sorry about the gorilla part. I didn't think he would do that.
No, you're not.
I mean, I am in the sense that, you went unconscious and now we had to wait longer because of that. Time.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go to where my stuff is. Odie pointed it out, right?
No, Odie's just sitting there, but you don't know where he went.
Wait, but I asked him where my stuff was when he walked in, and didn't he point it out?
No. Oh, no, not technically. He pointed in a direction, but there's not like an obvious pile of stuff just sitting there.
Okay, I'll go that way. I'll follow whatever hallway is the most that way-ish.
Actually, it would still be open. You noticed a staircase leading into the basement of the building.
Great. Eldon, you want to come?
Yeah, I'd like to get my stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not ready to go out into the hordes of the undead either.
No, yeah, tomorrow, but I want my stuff, and I want Talon's stuff.
But yeah,
and I want Furnace's stuff.
When you go downstairs, when you go down to the basement, you see Odie sitting there. Off to one side, there's kind of a table, and laid out is pretty much all your belongings. You also see the bodies of Talon and Furnace laying on the other side of the room.
Okay.
My new character is ready, by the way, if you want to take a look at it, Lucas.
Oh, okay. We'll probably be calling the session early, pretty soon, just so,
That's cool.
and then transition for next week and get that all together. But yeah.
How much gold does Talon have?
Good question. I have no idea.
I had 20. Where am I? 21 gold pieces.
Okay. Basically, at this point, are you just gathering your stuff and then preparing?
Yeah, seems it.
Then what we can do, for the sake of time, I think basically just call the session here, building towards your hypothetical undead bomb excursion. Although I will say, you might want to pose a few more questions about it. But,
yeah, there's still a lot of questions to be had.
I've been told that if I do this, I can get out of the contract, so I'm doing it.
I still want proof.
Yeah, so I would pursue that. So just remind me, or I imagine you will remember. But
before can I roll insight or something on the? Is he really gonna let me out of the contract if I do this?
I mean, you can roll insight. You have almost no chance of ever discerning anything, but go for it. He's like a demo. Oh yeah, you're pretty sure you have him pinned down. If you played poker right now, you'd win flush. It'd be good. But yeah. Basically, what if you guys want right now? Just real quickly, Furnace and Carter and Sunny, if you could just give them a quick rundown of items you had, so they can transfer it over. I presume because you want all their shit, right?
All the magical shit and all the money.
Yep.
So I had 21 gold pieces. I had the hunting armor, the magical hunting armor, the diplomatic pass, which I assume may or may not be useful for you.
Did that have his picture on it?
I don't know. Other stuff, I don't know if you want it or not. I have my signet ring of nobility.
I'll take that.
The remains of the poisonous potion, which is still good for coating coating a number of arrows, or maybe some weapons. I only used it to coat 3 arrows, so should still be a decent amount of it.
Eldon, do you want that?
What were they?
Poison?
It was a pretty potent poison, if I recall.
Yeah, sure.
More than the standard 1d4. Other stuff, I have a rapier, some studded leather, a longbow, and 16 arrows. If you want any of that stuff.
I'll take the longbow and the arrows.
You'll need there's a quiver for those as well.
Yeah.
And an explorer's pack with everything apart from the torches.
Stuff that in there too. Okay, so I loot Talon. I assume Eldon loots Furnace.
Yep.
Well, let me know when you're ready for the stuff I had.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right. It's kind of a long list. Let's see here. I did have a light crossbow and 20 bolts. An explorer's pack, a monster hunter's pack, a doll's head.
Probably not taking that.
Crowbar, hammer, wooden stakes, holy symbols, holy water, a set of manacles, a steel mirror, flask of oil, and some of the stuff is what was in the packs. Tinderbox, backpack, bedroll, mess kit, water skiing, rope, 10 days of rations, a bone set, half of an elf heart in a jar with wine.
Yeah, you can keep that too.
Oh no, it's a half elf heart, not half of an elf heart. Remember, it was from that we bought in the underground market.
Oh, good times. Is that rotten yet?
It must be by now. That was like a month or two ago.
So you'll have like heart sludge.
Connor, did I say a half heart of?
Yeah, you said half of an elf heart. I assume you meant the half elf heart that we bought.
Yes, Connor's correct. Bag of gems, bag of dust, the wand, deck of cards, which probably still on the altar there. Potions, hot peppers. Somebody wanted those.
I did.
The what?
The
Very hot. He has like Carolina Reaper.
Oh,
Hottest peppers are. That's what we wanted.
Spices, salt, pepper, health potions, sausages, dried rice, fish, carrots, onions, a cooking set.
Oops.
See. Oh, I have a book entitled "Potion Making," a cookbook, and how to raise wolves.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. 50 copper pieces, 304 silver pieces, and 970 gold pieces.
970.
Yeah.
Do I notice Ul'dan pulling this comically large amount of gold?
I mean, it's probably not something that you can easily hide.
My clothes off. It was too heavy to carry around.
So Ul'dan, can we talk about this gold distribution a bit? Because I've got 40 gold pieces.
Well, I mean, last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I at least, before we got incarcerated, I had 211 gold pieces. Can I have that much? I don't know how much you earned out there, and I really have no idea where that gold came from. But at least 200 gold.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Thank you. So I'll take 211 for that gold. Oh, life is unfair.
Is that everything?
That was everything I had.
Okay.
As if the 900 some pieces of gold wasn't enough.
No, I was just making sure.
Who had my bow? Who had Zephyr?
I think just Odie was carrying that because neither of us really took it.
I only took the bow and arrows because I'm thinking that maybe after I get out of this contract, it might restore my previous dexterity to me. Who knows? That might just be a dying thing that I got weaker.
I guess you'll find out.
this is. Okay. Really thought I would die there.
I almost thought it was going to be a TPK for a second there.
Yeah.
I won't admit,
very
I was a
close.
little disappointed.
I mean, fair enough. I mean,
half the party died. I mean, that's
technically, basically, I rolled his con save, and technically, after the fireball went off, he lost the giant ape form. So,
Oh, that's what happened.
yeah. Or one of you might have been dead. That's possible. But yeah, he did not pass his con save.
But we'll keep going on with this. I'll continue to play Joe. Comically bad warlock. God, all of my stats are terrible.
If you want, we can also have a discussion about that, but that is fine, depending on how things go.
My stats are much more reasonable now. I had like 4 things that were above 16, 16 or higher. Now I've only got 2. Much more reasonable.
That's what pre-Joe was like. All of my stats are positive, and now they're
I've got maxed out deck, good wisdom, and then everything else is 12 or below.
So you're a monk that plays bagpipes?
I am a bagpipe playing monk, yes.
Okay. For a second I thought you were being a bard.
No, I took the entertainer background, the gladiator variant. But you still get a musical instrument, and I'm kind of like, the reason he's a gladiator is because he's a shitty musician. He does know how to play the bagpipes. It
And
was the
use
only
it as
musical
a
instrument
weapon?
he was able to learn, which is why they taught him to fight and be a gladiator instead of a musician.
And are you planning on fighting with bagpipes, or?
No, I might like march into battle with them, but
It was mostly just the fact that those look like attack rolls. I was wondering if you were like planning on attacking people with bagpipes at some point.
It's just because I'm just putting it in as for the proficiency.
Yeah,
it should normally be performance checks, but with bagpipes, it's
so just be proficient in that instrument, so you get your proficiency bonus, basically.
Yeah, that's my unarmed strike stuff.
Yep. Oops. Okay, but so I think there's a few things just to quickly go over before we call it completely. So you got all the items transferred over then, pretty much, right?
I believe so.
Yep.
Okie doke. And you would obviously sort that out individually at some point. And then your current plan is basically to follow through hypothetically with Forvin's plan.
After some more information.
Yeah, so far you know there's a big bomb.
I don't really care. I'm gonna do it. If I think it's getting me out of this contract, I'm absolutely doing it. I don't care how many civilians get killed. I was only bringing that up earlier because I hoped it would make Ul'dan not want to do it.
Joe is so manipulative.
Yeah, my only good skill is deception.
So yes, I have to figure out more information. And then Connor, your new character is
a open-handed monk.
Cool.
Called Sarlan Amakir, who has a movement speed of 50 feet per round. Because monks move like crazy.
They do have high mobility.
Yep. Yeah, I've never played a monk before, but they always seem like loads of fun.
Oh yeah,
so I'm looking forward to it.
Open hand, I like it. It's a little. I don't know. I remember the one time I played it, I was like, God, I have so many things to do. I need to punch him again, and then stun him.
I was just looking at him going, there's lots of it's not so much that they can do things that other classes can't, it's just they can do like lots of lesser versions, like slow fall and stunning strike. And
the stunning strike is amazing.
Open-handed stuff. It's pretty good, but the only thing you're going to watch out for is it looks like you have to be kind of careful about conserving your ki, otherwise you just spend it all really fast. You've got so many options for it.
I'm running a game.
Stuff, but everything costs ki, so you've got to be careful with how much you spend in one go.
Yeah, but the game I'm running right now, they chain stunned a dragon for about 3 rounds and killed it. at our level.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do that because my key save is only 14 DC, so it's not that high. That would be one
I just
crazy unlucky
rolled
dragon.
terribly.
But yeah, and I presume you took your free
I
feats.
did. I took. I put because I think I had 19 and 11 in Dex and Constitution, so I put a point in each of those, and then I took Alert for the feat to get that sweet plus 10 to initiative.
What race are you?
Wood Elf.
What else?
Unfortunately, if you want Dex and Wisdom, you kind of need to go Wood Elf or nothing.
I think the Ganassi. No, they get caught in other things.
Maybe no. Ganassi is Constitution and something. I think.
I'm sure it'd go really well to have one crazy Ganassi die, and then another join the party.
Yeah,
sure
If he was a
would
water
be
Ganassi, we'd probably assume he was the opposite.
Maybe.
They don't want to get caught in wisdom.
A super sane water Ganassi.
Alarmingly sane.
Yeah. He's crazy too, but he's out the other side of sanity. He's
Yeah, it's just unsettling.
yeah, he's dangerously sane. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I need to add those Wood Elf stuff mask a while.
Mm-hmm. And Sunny, what is obviously I know you don't have anything down right now, but what is your character?
It's not exactly set in stone yet.
Like what? I mean, I think you'd mentioned something if you had died, right? Because we were anticipating Furnace was going to die this session.
I mean, you've been planning to die for about 3 weeks now, at least.
It was finding a moment. I actually had a guaranteed story arc if Furnace fucking survived this battle. So I was working on a guaranteed story arc that would get him killed because it would involve like the current ruler of the city you're in and what Furnace had done before in his life.
I'm pretty sure if Furnace had survived this, he would have put his head in a zombie's mouth. He was very much trying to die. He'd go streaking in the zombie hallways.
But yes, so what kind of character were you thinking of?
It was one of those classes that we talked about, but I can't remember because you know how my memory works. But be prepared for a youngster that falls in love with everyone.
Who is sane.
Who is very sane, yes, but also very naive. Sane but naive. So you guys will have to babysit a little bit. But not the same kind of babysitting you have to do with Furnace.
That's cool.
Get up to youngster hijinks. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, my character is going to be the old man now, relatively speaking. Young for an elf, but he's still 142. So still like older than. How old is Elvin? He might be a little bit older.
I'm 50.
Oh yeah, so that's still pretty young.
I keep thinking you're like my age.
Yeah, we were like
at like 20 something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's quite fun playing old characters as well, though. It's
yes, unless they're completely fucking batshit insane. But well,
we had discussed 2 classes, hadn't we, Lucas?
Oh yes, I think you were thinking of doing an artificer, right?
Oh, what? You broke up.
Artificer.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Had you decided what of the 2 paths or whatever?
What did we last discuss? You're my memory here.
Am I? That's not a good thing. I think you wanted to do the. I believe what you wanted to do. Let me just pull up the fucking page. It's fine. I believe you wanted to specialize in gunsmith.
That sounds correct.
Because there is a, as has been partially hinted, although maybe not obviously. Very rudimentary forms of some gunpowder are starting to emerge in the world. So,
Yes, that was it.
Vorvin might be one of those people that
Yeah,
might
he's gonna
be working
blow
on that.
everything up. Like, we're working with a terrorist.
Kind of, but yeah. So what we'll probably do then is think of ways to introduce both your characters within the next session, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess the biggest
sorry,
questions would basically be why they would be insilient or not insilient if there's a possibility of meeting outside of it, the city, and like what relationship or interest, like thinking of an overlapping interest in some way with the party currently, which
Yeah.
who knows what their interests even are.
Yeah,
But
do we have overlapping interests? I'm not even sure me and Eldon have the same interests.
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Yeah, we may need to think about this because I'm not really sure that we're a party as much as two people about to do a similar thing for entirely different reasons.
Yeah, our reasons are on the opposite spectrum. I'm just like, well, it might be good to do that, stop the drow, stop the zombies, and you're just like, yeah, getting out of soul contract.
Yep, I don't give a fuck. So that might be a little difficult. You gotta pick one of us and line your interest with them.
Joe, how old is the character?
Let me check. I wrote it down on a sheet. Joe. Joe is 25.
Okay.
mm-hmm. I mean, on just a very practical level, I mean, this could be a conversation worth having. Do either of you genuinely or would genuinely prefer just having a new character at this point?
I would.
I mean, all your interests seem to be like not keeping Joe alive.
We were quite good at the beginning, at the start of the very start of the game, when everybody was before Joe died the first time and Valiant died. And it all kind of we screwed up quite massively there, and it all kind of went wrong. Hilariously, very entertainingly wrong, but still very wrong.
Oh yeah, this is good TV.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's so. Oh god! I mean, like, come on, Jesus! It was just so. The drop ape was like, I was so confident of winning that fight before the drop ape appeared.
Yeah,
and then I was like, oh fuck.
And I wanted Joe to. I kind of wanted him to die, but I could not, in good conscience, not use vampiric touch to heal, because that's the only thing he would consider.
I mean, if you genuinely want that, I mean, I have an idea. So, what I would say is, if you genuinely would not want to continue it, what I would do is probably come up like draft, and I can make a character sheet for you if you'd like. Draft a new character. And then,
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, like maybe morality-wise, because
that's the big one.
The shift between who won this fight was kind of gonna determine what direction we took, and it went 50-50.
Yeah, it really did.
Because at least in my head, Joe is evil.
Yeah, Joe's pretty evil,
and Ul'dan is not.
So
Ul'dan is quite
good. I've got chaotic good in my head for the new character, but
okay. And Furnace, or no longer Furnace, Sunny.
Sunny wants to play more morally centered, less.
The fuck does that mean? Morally centered?
that sounds good-ish. Neutral.
Neutral, yeah, but neutral in a good way.
Not neutral, extremely chaotic.
Good, neutral, good. Kind of what Ul'dan is.
Yeah,
I would think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you construct Ul'dan that way, to be fair, Aaron. But
I mean, that's what's on his alignment sheet.
Yeah, I would say that that's how Ul'dan seems to.
okay, so in general, and if you were going to make a new character, you said it was a wizard?
Yeah. Huh.
Okay.
Which, as far as party comp, seems. It doesn't seem too bad. We've got.
Well, that's pretty good. You got a fighter, a monk, a
And I was
wizard,
gonna play,
and maybe a gunsmith. That seems like a pretty good.
I was gonna play the sword singer wizard, so they're tankier. They can be frontline if we need to be.
And just to be fair here, I know it would cause separate issues, but Ul'dan, Aaron, did you want to continue, Aaron, like as Ul'dan?
I mean, I sort of do, but at the same time, I tend to like to play a bit more, like, explosive characters, so to speak. Like, Ul'dan's not really very upfront about his wishes, clearly. So, part of me wants to make a new character, because I also have this idea for just essentially this guy that's going to grab people and then just start stabbing them, and that's funny to me for some reason.
When you say grab people and stab them, do you mean
so we're switching to good characters? We're switching to good characters, and Aaron's going to switch to be a murder hobo.
Yeah.
Not that
Everyone else
bad.
switches to be good like Ul'dan, and he turns chaotic evil.
Yeah, that's the main reason I'm iffy about bringing in a new character. He'd probably be chaotic neutral.
Okay.
How long do you plan on that character lasting?
The new character?
Yeah.
I mean, a while. He's gonna be chaotic neutral, but it's gonna be he's looking out for his own interests, not rather going up and stabbing people. Just
okay. So he's not like a what do they call a serial killer?
Psychopath?
No, he's pretty much out for his own interests.
So
That's
that
the
wasn't
idea.
a game once where one of the players was actually being a serial killer and hiding it from the rest of the party. But
Oh god.
I've heard of a story like that. Those are always fun.
I've just had a character die in another campaign. He was quite similar. He was an assassin for the mob, for the class in Tal'Dorei in Critical Role setting, and was hiding it.
I
The
mean,
whole
on a
party.
very yeah. I mean,
Quite good
yeah,
fun.
that's always fun, right? But I guess those characters are prone to dying eventually.
That is pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
Is he kept he was tricking the whole group into taking class jobs, and the group eventually found out, and they actually were okay with it. But then he died in the very next session when he walked straight into a vampire lair, not realizing it was a vampire.
Oh god.
There wasn't a giant ape.
And yeah,
I'm gonna have to do that again at some point.
drop giant ape. That's a fun one.
But I mean, so on a very practical level, I mean, I think it'd be worth having at least just briefly. Basically, if both, Daryl and Aaron, if you both make new characters, it would effectively probably end this current plot line.
Yeah.
Unless
we find a way to introduce the other characters first.
I mean, that's a possibility if you would like it to be.
I mean, as much as I have some issues with Jill, I don't want to totally disrupt your story.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't much matter. But
Yeah, I don't care if we interrupt the story at all. We can do that, guys.
But, I mean, it might make things simpler to introduce a new party together. Then we wouldn't have to work so hard to try and figure out where everyone comes in.
I would still like to have some elements occasionally pop in from the storyline.
I mean, I'm assuming that stuff would still be happening. Just we wouldn't be a part of it.
I mean, basically, what would happen if you both wanted to make new characters? We could do a new party for next session. You both ended up working on like helping Vorvin do what he wanted, but you both died in the process when the bomb went off. That would basically be the way to write out those characters.
I mean, you could always NPCify Joe if you wanted to, or I don't care.
I mean, you'd both be quite dead.
Yeah, we'd be very dead if that's, yeah.
That'd make me so sad.
At least you would die for the greater good. Hypothetically.
Except, man, Joe would die still with his soul in that contract, and there's no way that's good. Ugh.
Technically, the wording was that if you do succeed, the contract was rescinded. So the bomb goes off, and it does what it's supposed to do. Technically, you fulfilled the contract.
And also, I think the wording on that was, if I die, I also get out of the contract?
Well, that's a way to terminate the contract, yes.
Right, so...
He's not really like a demon. Like, he's not really interested in, like, souls. But yes.
Okay.
It's entirely up to you, though. But obviously, it'd be important for me to know.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
I mean, I'd be sad that our characters died, but at the same time, I'm fine with a totally new party. Yeah.
I mean, this would the trade-off. The second trade-off would be you lose all your stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still
you're
fine
the
with
one
that.
that's rich. You're so rich.
Yeah, I'm actually still fine with that. I mean,
Now that, I think the only item that I really value out of everything we have is the bag of holding.
yeah, that's pretty fair.
Like, I don't really care about any of the things in the bag.
I never did get to use the eye stones.
Yeah.
Well, that's alright.
But if you ever found Vorvin, he might, you know, have all your items.
And maybe our new characters wouldn't hate him. Until he tries to blow us up.
Or he talks.
To be fair, I didn't hate him from him talking. I was annoyed. I hated him because I believe he sent a werewolf after us still.
Oh, do you guys think or look up like the meaning of furnace Fenrir?
Something about fire wolf.
Well,
Fenrir is a wolf.
yeah, it's all wolf related. So there may have been something to that. To be wolf whisperer.
I mean, if you sent the dire wolves after us, then I'm glad you're dead. I'm more glad than I was previously when that was the only reason I went along with this plan.
I'm not saying that's what happened, but it could have been.
No, wait, no. The wolves fucked him up too.
Yeah.
We all got... I mean, I think
Yeah, the
Talon
wolves
was the
didn't
only
kill
one that
him.
wasn't super injured after that.
Although maybe that was his suicide plan, and he just didn't.
Yes, 5
If
dire
so,
wolves.
then he's been trying to
Let's-
kill
let's
himself.
Careless about collateral damage.
It's been in-game like 4 weeks and out-of-game like 4 months that he's been trying to kill himself. That was so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, quite funny though. All right.
So, did we come to a decision?
Like I said, I'm fine.
I mean, just to be sure, let's just go through. I mean, Daryl, new character.
Yes, please.
Aaron, new character.
Yeah.
Sunny and Connor, not much of a choice unless you just want to be dead.
We're dead, so.
Okay,
Just all play dead people.
then it's a ghost party now. Boom.
Just be glad I'm not back as Furnace's ghost because I seriously toyed with that.
We would find a way to kill it twice.
I was open. We had talked a couple of times. I was open to employing some of the rules for ghost PCs from 3.5 and adapting them to 5. But yeah. So Furnace's ghost was at one point a possibility, and I'm sure that would have been something else. You were
that
being
would have been
haunted
interesting,
by
for sure.
Furnace's ghost. It is an interesting idea, and it could work well with with like it could have worked all right with his class, since it's all mind stuff with the mystics or whatever.
But it wouldn't have worked with Joe and Talon in the party because we would have found another way to kill him.
Yes, there would.
We'd have
Yes,
put
there might have
trapped
been
him in
some-
a salt circle or something.
There might have been some issues there. But okay, so then we'll start with the new party. Basically, what that means is all of you should make characters 6, flat level 6. So you all start at 14,000 XP. You all get the same bonuses. So at level 4, you get your ability improvement and a feat. So you all get a free feat, basically. For starting equipment kind of concerns, basically there'll probably be some slight alterations. Most likely it will be in the form of either like extra starting gold, equivalent amount of equipment of that value of extra starting gold, or chance at, or like a chosen or rolled chance at a magical item.
Okay.
Which I'll decide the tier for that, and then probably just message you, and then I can either roll for you, you can roll for yourselves, and then if you want the random one, it'll basically be like you can choose at one level, like maybe uncommon or rare, or take a random at the next level and just roll for it, kind of thing. I mean, I think we already did that with Talon, right?
Yeah.
It might be one higher level though, because you're at 6 now, and that's kind of like the next plateau. Well, 5 to 6 is the next plateau of character levels. But otherwise, everything should be straightforward. What class were you thinking, Aaron? For
it was gonna be Barbarian 4, Rogue 2. When I mean grab, I mean he's literally gonna grab someone, and they're not gonna get out.
What race?
Wait, what is the
Out of
rogue part
curiosity.
for?
The stabby?
That's for expertise and I think athletics, so I can just get a plus 10 to grabbing.
Yeah, shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
we should see if there's like a luchador class or
Yeah,
something.
that was the idea.
Are you taking the Grapple Master feat as well? or whatever it's called?
I
The
might.
feat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
advantage
didn't do
on
it.
attack rolls are grappling, and action to pain a creature, you succeed. And
Yeah.
both creature and you are restrained.
I'm definitely taking that then.
So, barbarian, monk, artificer, wizard. I think that's a better party.
That's a good party mix. Yeah.
That's straight up better than what we had. At least we have 2 people that can hang in the front line.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
true. I mean, so that would completely work. I mean, I've seen homebrew classes in that realm, and so if you find something that interests you, you can let me know. But I think that'll work fine, just multi-classing for it.
I wasn't joking when I said I saw a luchador class. That exists.
But if you find one and are interested in it, just let me know at some point during the week, and I can look over it and see if it'll be fine for the campaign. Yeah. Are there? Oh, the only other thing I would really have to know then is where you guys would want to start.
Where do you think the most interesting place to start would be? I mean, the only 2 cities that I know of are Ul'dan and Cillian.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the Bronze Peaks.
Yeah, so those are the only things your characters were basically aware of as major civilizations. There are others. I mean, the obvious choices. I mean, you could start in Cillian if you would want the possibility of any continuation or overlapping of the plot with the previous. Otherwise, you could start somewhere else, or I could just leave it up to me. But that's no.
I'm happy to just leave it up to you. I don't
Same.
have a strong preference.
All right,
Yeah.
then basically when all of you posting characters, I know you posted, I read quickly through it, Connor. If you just post, which now it's funny because you all fucking died, but the interest of your characters, which you've just done, but that's fine. You'll do it again. It's all good. Just when you're making the character, just your interest and like what's like a central driving force, because I think that'll be helpful as well for actually shaping this next phase of the campaign, to have all your characters actually have a driving force beyond either wanting to kill yourself or kill someone else. So it might be helpful, right?
Yeah.
And that can end up shaping probably the starting location where it'd make the most sense in my mind for your characters to all be, basically. At least some overlapping. It will most likely be a civilized, like a city, maybe a different city depending on the characters you end up creating. And then the only other thing I'd really want is when you are giving those driving goals, since the campaign has shifted dramatically since the beginning of this campaign, you are no longer Constables of Ul'dan at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we could restart there, but I presume that's really not the direction. That's probably the best for this campaign at this point. Unless all your characters end up being cops, basically. But otherwise, which I presume would not be the case. Basically, if you could also include like your own interests at this point, like what you want to get out of this like campaign, like what kind of play styles you would want to pursue, like things that we haven't necessarily done a lot. So for instance, if you're like interested in exploration at this point, so if you could just list that like in your bio or whatever as well, so like the driving interest of the character, and then kind of what aspects of gameplay you'd be interested in moving forward with the campaign, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then I can use both of those to kind of shape the beginning of this next phase, basically. From characters' own interest and integrating that possibly at this point to create a starting narrative for us, like a narrative hook in the beginning. And then also kind of how the actual campaign will play out. As it, like I said, it has seemingly somewhat transitioned, obviously. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. I will make sure to put that there. Could you make me a character sheet, or do you want me to write over Joe's?
You probably all need them now. I'll move that Joe, and I'll move them into the dead, because we'll just go with that for now. But they might live through a bomb that you had passed very little information about before saying, yeah, let's do it.
If Joe survives, he'll be the weakest antagonist ever. He'll show up like a dark warlock and we'll just like one-shot him.
Yes, that would be quite amusing. Okay. All players' journal can be edited by and save changes. I'll scoot you down real quick. God, the names they automatically generate are crazy.
Wow,
yeah. Are these random? One of my friends was asking if they're from any language.
Zagru, Chekhao, Bao. That's a name.
Good barbarian name.
Yes, great barbarian name. I will generate one for you now, Joe. No longer Daryl, I suppose.
New character, also Joe. All Joe.
I need to change my Discord nickname.
Oh yeah,
for the group, yeah. You can just change your nickname within the group, I believe, right?
Yeah.
But why is it popping up like that? Can all of you see an edit that's important in your character sheet?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. For whatever reason, that's just not players' journals. So basically just, work on your character, see what happens. And if you have any questions or concerns about, obviously just let me know. But yeah.
Connor, how did you roll stats like that earlier?
Oh, I'll post the thing for it.
Oh yeah, I presume
it.
all of you are going to reroll your stats?
Yes.
You could all do that
maybe
now.
I should pick from an array. Joe was awful.
Here we go.
Is that an option, picking from an array?
If you want, technically 4d6 drop lowest is statistically likely to get you 1 point something points more. Statistically. There was actually a long forum post about that. Yeah, someone did all the math.
Because you can get higher and lower, you get much more interesting. I always find because you can get really low. The low ones can be great fun for role playing, and the high ones are obviously great for having actually
one or two low ones. To be fair, the reason your stats were kind of shit was also because of the dead thing, right?
Yeah. Well, when I re-roll, it's just my health was bad. But
So
this
yeah,
is good.
so this is pretty solid. You'll probably
Those are gorgeous. Oh, those are awful. Although the 17
Oh!
and 14 aren't dreadful, but
Oh,
not-
hey.
you're
no,
not
those
a
are nice.
go, Sonny. God damn it.
Ooh.
Man, those are fun.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. I
Oh,
mean,
what are
for
sevens there?
yeah, that's a natural one, or there's natural ones in both of those. For artificer, I mean, technically, I think you'd be. So I'd worry if it was a class heavy aspect in some capacity, but I believe really the only like necessary skill for an artificer is intelligence, right? Because that determines both your eventual magic and the actual like attack rolls, I believe, with the gun, right?
I think the gun is dex based.
It might be. That's worth looking at. It might actually not be any modifier for the gun under the artificer. You're proficient, two-handed range weapons, deals 2d6. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It might be. Yeah, it would be Dex, I think. Yeah. So, if you're fine with those rolls, I think they would function because you could end up putting the highest one in your intelligence and secondary at the 14. That's also not bad in dexterity.
Okay.
But yeah, we can work on that. We can work that out. I might say one of the sevens can just be bumped to an even 10, just to only have one hyper negative in there. Because you already have the 9 as a negative anyways. -1. But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I got. I got well, not quite that bad, but I think I got a 9 and then a 10 and 2 11s and then a 15 and a 17 were the good rolls.
Yeah, those are fairly equivalent to that.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Technically, you could put your highest in dex if you wanted to be more focus on like the actual gun-y aspect, although your magic eventually, or you actually already have access to your magic because you'll be level 6, will be based in intelligence. And some of the inventory stuff in it is based in intelligence, so it's probably best to, because you have the mechanical servant thing as well. But we can work on that.
Okay.
But yeah, is there any aspects that anyone would have questions about for their character?
I just want to clarify. At level 4, we get the stat increase and the feat.
Yep, basically you just get a free feat. But
But I already got 2.
yes, of course.
And for Unearthed Arcana stuff, you wanted us to come to you first, or?
I'm okay with most Unearthed Arcana stuff, unless you're going like real wild with something there.
No, I'm just looking at there's a Blade Mastery feat that I wanted to take. +1 bonus to attack rolls. You can parry, stance, reaction, and advantage on op attacks.
Hmm.
No, I'm not going. We'll be back after a while.
Okay.
I mean, I think I'd be fine with that if you could just send me the text of it at some point.
Yeah, I just yeah, Let's put it in the Discord. I just it's only a little bit down alphabetical.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry, when you said pairing, I thought it would possibly mean like you get a parry reaction. I was like, I don't know about
No.
that. But granting a 1+ bonus to your AC until the start of next turn, as long as you're holding a weapon when you make an attack button. Yeah, I think that's fairly equivalent to some of the other stronger, like some of the more combat focused feats. So I think that's fine.
Cool.
Technically, you have the weapon in hand. What weapon would you be specializing in? I believe you do have to specialize in one of the ones that lit.
I'm only gonna use a rapier.
Well, no, it's and, so I guess any of them works. But you'll be using the rapier.
Yeah, I'm playing the Sword Singer Wizard from the
Yeah.
Sword Coast.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so you're
all
going to
good.
be an elf as well.
Yeah, I'm a high elf.
Oh yeah. What races were the rest? So 2 elves, high elf and wood elf. So that might be a problem. But although to be fair, in this world, just like you obviously can play your own characters, prejudices, or however you like, but there isn't as heavy of a conflict between them as in some worlds. So.
I wanted to ask, for my background, I picked the Far Traveler. Does the Feywilds exist in this world?
Yep, all the planes for the most part exist. Some of them are not quite the same. I've edited some of the planes. I've played with a few of the infernal ones for some of this campaign already. Not that you're aware of that, but you never try to go to hell or anything.
Do you have an issue with that background or anything, or is that good?
As long as you're not make your character celestial or something, or like a fae.
No, just from the Feywild, High Elf City.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that. We could definitely work that in, as long as, like I said, it's not like trying to be a fucking fae or something.
Nah.
It's all good.
That would also be really bad. Like, there are a lot of spells that specifically affect them.
The UA have published rules for like full-on Eladrin now, with like weird fae, sort of like what do they call them? Seasonal powers, like relatively minor ones, but like you can change them constantly to reflect how mercurial they are. As you can do that, and they also they published them at the same time. So it was Eladrin and Githyanki.
Gross.
So you can have Gith PCs as well if you want them.
I would have to look them over, but most of the stuff they put out is pretty solid.
Yeah, they're a bit they're both kind of weird. I don't like if you wanted to play as a mystic, the Gith could be quite cool because they're supposed to have psionic powers anyway. But
yeah, and then what races were you thinking of, Aaron and Sunny?
The human.
Yeah, I was actually probably gonna be human this time.
Fair enough.
Are we gonna start the adventure with us already having met, or are we gonna start with that?
It's up to you guys.
Curious if we should roll relationships or.
I liked the rolling the relationships thing we did at the beginning. That was quite fun.
Before that, can we just say that mine and your character have met in like an arena? Because that seems pretty good to me.
You want to do that? Yeah, I'm totally down. Who won? That's the real question, then.
If it's when you were like already traveling, because I'm human, then I probably lost.
I'm down with that. It was a close fought fight, but yeah. We're what? So
I guess like arena rivals. Why not?
Yeah, arena rivals have become friends and travel together. Yeah, that works. I'm making that left then. Do you know your character's name?
Thinking up one now. I mean, the first name is probably just going to be August, so go ahead and do that then.
August, like the month?
Yes.
Cool. Why don't we say we fought twice and I won the first time and you won. Sorry, you won the first time, I won the second time.
That's fine with me.
Rematch pending.
Yeah, there's like a distant horizon. There'll be a third time for.
Fair enough. And yeah, so what we can do is just kick off next session with relationship. I'll probably alter some of them anyways and kind of rework a couple of things with that, but we can definitely do that again to establish those connections. And I think it's just more organic most of the time in some ways than trying to do that whole like, oh, the party doesn't know each other, I guess let's figure out why they would kind of thing. So.
Yeah, it's a little tough sometimes.
You had your character worked out as well. Daryl.
Oh yes, I've been ready for us ever since we decided to fight each other. I've been working on it a little.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, all I had to do was copy paste the bulk of it.
Yeah, I just had the whole thing in another room.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Good.
Do you not have You're not taking Magic Missile?
No. In fact, I think the only damage... I'm planning on playing it more support. The only damage spells I'm taking are Fireball and Lightning Bolt.
Oh, that's cool.
Most of my stuff's like haste, slow, jump, blindness, anything that'll help us just support.
Yeah, gotcha. That's cool. Enlarge Reduce can be super useful as well.
Yeah. Hold Person. I think for our party especially, that's just going to be... If there's ever one enemy, we'll just jump on him.
Absolutely.
All right. I think like I said, the big thing would just be provide like the core character, just as in terms of like aspects of a campaign, to kind of work towards the beginning of next session and developing some of those tie-ins and everything. For myself.
So for the starting equipment, you said you'll message us about that later?
Yeah, I just have to work out a few, like, the specific details, but what it will basically be boiled down to is either, like, extra gold, an equivalent amount of equipment, if you just prefer just to have it up front, worth of that gold, and then whatever's left over, take, or a magical item, probably of the next tier. So like you can choose, like I'd say, like choose either like a I'll have to decide on the exact level, but I'm feeling right now probably like choose a rare item or roll for a very rare item kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling probably.
Okay.
It will be that or choose an uncommon, roll for a rare, but I think we're pushing more into the rare as more territory. So we're definitely on a line, but I think that'd probably be fine. Especially since you've lost everything now. And there's some fun ones. And it will be mixed again. Magic items will be mixed between what's in the DM and as well as some of the extra magical items that have been introduced in this campaign already. You might end up with the same ones.
Yeah.
Most likely not. A lot of the items you found are actually individual like items with like no duplicates. So, but
we didn't do it last time. But are we gonna roll for trinkets?
I mean that's entirely just up to you, really. I mean, if I understand your question correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
like
just
Furnace rolled for all, like his stuff like that. Like when Sunny did Furnace's character, he did roll for like his trinkets and his past and everything. Actually, pretty much. But yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay. But
I mean, if you want like me to generate an items too, if that's what you meant more so.
No, I was just thinking about the one in the book.
Then yeah, you can definitely just go for that. I mean, you could do that for every aspect, but it sounds like most of you have pretty solid ideas of how you want the character's personality to function.
Oh, yeah.
Although I always recommend at least one role for one aspect of your personality, but that's always obviously a personal choice.
I felt like I got trapped into Joe's personality the one time I decided to roll it. So I'm gonna be,
and that's generally why I don't
more
recommend
careful.
for all of them, because then you
Yeah.
end up with Joe or Furnace.
Like, it's hard to believe, but I really, from the start, I planned on him being a nice guy. Like, I was gonna go the nice rogue, like Robin Hood.
But yes, that I think rolling for one aspect is fine. Rolling for all of them can be very dangerous. In terms of that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, I'll send out that and have all of you at some point during this week do rolls for what item you'll get, or if you just choose the static money, I'll just have to determine what would be fairly equivalent, you know. And then you can make that choice. I mean, just based on that right now, would you know if you'd prefer like having a magical item versus just a starting sum of gold / equipment?
For me, definitely magic item, because as a monk, there's not really much by way of equipment that I'd ever need.
So,
I'd say the same. Like, other than like some scrolls, I don't really know what wizards need money for. I don't need to buy gear.
yeah, and only ink for if you ever want to like learn new spells, like through actual
That's right.
like all that kind of shit. Yeah, that costs a lot of money actually, but
I've actually never played a wizard before either, so this is gonna
it's
be the
about
first
50 gold for the ink per level of the spell you want to learn.
Yeah,
So
time. That's a lot of money.
it is not
it's
cheap.
pretty expensive. Although it depends. Once you get to like quite high levels, it's trivial cost. But until you're like level 10, it's quite expensive because you just don't have that much gold to just burn.
Yeah. And then Aaron, did you have any ideas about that?
I mean, I feel like I'd probably have like a bit of gold, and like that's about it. Like just a bit of gold, but not much.
Well, no, I mean basically, like I'll just give you of having a higher starting sum of gold, flash the equivalent equipment value, or that magic item thing.
Oh, I guess I'll go with the magic item then.
Okay, and I will try to gear the list to have a useful item. At least most of the lists will be slightly altered for the character classes, so that the items will at least be possibly useful.
So you mean I won't end up having a one?
Yes, you will not
randomly?
end up having a wand, but you could end up having like a shield that catches arrows, because that's
Yes.
kind of a neutral enough object that could function for a lot of classes. But yeah, at least it will not be something that you literally could not use or has no relevancy for your class.
Yeah.
Like a wizard getting like a, well, I guess you are doing a swords thing, but like a magical like mace or something.
A mace wouldn't be good.
But I guess actually, yeah, a magical sword would actually probably be pretty good. Again.
Yeah.
But and then Sunny, did you have any feelings about that?
The only feelings I got right now are ones of hunger.
Fair enough. And we can figure it out. But so yeah, so I'll send you a message all about that. If you can post characters driving interest, forces. I mean, you can just follow what the the player's handbook for 5e has. You know, they have the categories like traits, bonds, that stuff. That would be enough, but or just a core driving motivation. Either is fine, however you want to go about that. But if you want like a list of traits and stuff, it's in the player's handbook 5e. And then I'll send out, like I said, information about gold versus magic items, and we can do rolls for that at some point during this week. But that should be it.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good.
It was fun. Talon got what he wanted in the end. He killed Furnace, so I'm happy. I'll see you guys next week then.
Yep.
Later.
have a good
Later.
one.
Bye.
And yeah, if any of you have any questions over the week, just let me know for your characters, anything like that. So
I just want to clarify for health. I can take the average of the die and do that instead of rolling.
yes, that's always been an option.
I'm doing that this time. by taking the average, this wizard has about 25 more health than Joe.
Wow.
I rolled exceptionally poorly every time.
Yes, you did. It was quite humorous, except that, you know, it wasn't for you, I imagine.
I had the health of like a level 3 warlock. It was really bad.
Yeah, I guess that's the only other thing. Obviously, you have the taking the average for your health currently, or rolling. You'd have to roll for all your levels, but yeah.
It's just that I've always rolled. That's the only time it's ever burned me.
Yeah, I mean, for health, I generally take the average. I think it's just a lot more consistent. And making sure that you keep on pace in that respect, at least for campaigns, is pretty important. So you just don't die when a gorilla hits you.
I might roll in the future, but I think it is a good start to not be cripplingly weak.
Probably not. But yeah, I guess that is the other aspect that I didn't even think about. But yeah, like I said, if you have any questions, yeah, just let me know. But yeah, I'll probably be hopping off. So
I just want to say this was a fun session.
It was.
Did not go how anyone planned for it to go, but I thought it was immensely entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything of what happened.
I didn't. Yes, divination, a fireball, a fire ape coming out of the mist to kill us all.
That's what the cards told me.
I mean, I didn't even plan for the giant ape, but he only had one spell slot left. And I looked through his spells, and one was polymorph, and then I was just like, huh, that could be fun.
That was a clever way to use that.
And then that actually took a lot of frantic searching, because I had to go look at all the fucking CRs for beasts and everything. I was like, I was trying to find one, because my initial idea was that he would like turn into like an elephant or something and just drop down the shaft on top of all of you. But then I was like, no, that won't actually really work. So I kind of altered it to be a giant ape and him. Basically what he did was he turned invisible and then polymorphed and was like basically in the rafters on the top of the church as a giant ape, so hanging, and all of you were quite preoccupied, and the few that did get to roll perception rolls, none of you rolled high enough to notice the giant ape.
Because I thought Ul'dan was just gonna beat the shit out of me.
I mean, I was, but then I was like, well, I don't think Ul'dan actually would.
And I got really lucky that first round.
Yeah. If even one of those hit, you'd probably have went down.
Probably. I had 13 health when you were swinging, so.
I mean, since this specific aspect won't continue, moving forward, I will probably be slightly more direct. I know I'm not the most direct DM always, but yes, or person. Thank you, Sonny. But like, I would, as a general advice, would question NPCs a little bit more. They're not always. I mean, obviously, you didn't straight up trust Vorvin, but
no. We maybe trusted him a little too much in the beginning, and I think we learned from it.
Yeah, I don't know why we were just like, yeah, he says go to the Underdark, let's go to the Underdark.
So far, everything had been so good, and then it's like, oh, okay, this just seems like the logical progression.
And I mean, again, since we're not continuing, it doesn't much matter now, but you have literally seen Veyrun control people, and Vorvin seemed to be doing what Veyrun wants. Just, you know.
I hadn't even considered that, to be honest.
It's always worth consideration. And, I mean, you had to see him demonstrate powers to have people say whatever he wanted and do whatever.
Oh, so great. Evil voice in my head was the cause of everything bad. I'm sorry for picking a warlock, guys. It's all my fault.
It served as a pretty good plot device for me, so it all worked out.
Man, that's the first time I've ever had a patron pulling the strings behind the scene, and it didn't benefit me at all.
Well, this situation was not like traditional warlocks. I mean, you were basically...
I felt like this was a very interesting dynamic. I haven't actually done the antagonistic patron before.
Yeah. It's definitely tricky to pull off sometimes, but I thought in this context it worked pretty well. Although you did make him more antagonistic. He might have been friendlier, but
Yeah. To
You
be
really
fair,
egged him on.
I did try flirting with him in the beginning, but I thought he was low.
yes, that was an interesting strategy.
Yeah, I think it might work.
I mean, technically, your interest did technically align in not getting murdered by the drow, but with ulterior motives obviously being involved. But I mean, Veyron is the son of Lolth.
Oh. Got a whole matricide thing going on. Is that the right word for that?
Partially, yes. And he does actively try to work against her. I mean, I edited some of the lore, but it's always interested me a lot.
Oh, I kind of thought you just came up with him, because I never heard of him. But I guess I'm not too deep into D&D lore.
He's not often brought up. He's not like a primary figure, really. Because not many campaigns get into drow politics and the under. So, yeah. But yeah, I'll be hopping off. If you have any issues with character, any specific multi-classing stuff, which should be pretty straightforward with those two classes, I think, right?
Yeah, the main thing is that I get expertise and sneak attack. That's really it, pretty much.
Yeah, it's only really trickier when one class is like fighting, like a fighter and a wizard can be a little trickier sometimes to multi-class. But I think those two classes are complementary enough, which shouldn't be a big deal, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about? I guess Rogue gets expertise first, right? Because Bards get expertise too, but you would have had to get to level 3 Bard for that, right?
Yeah, Rogues get it at level 1. I only went to level 2 for cunning actions, for those bonus action disengages, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can
And
get out when I need to.
What specialization of Barbarian?
I actually haven't figured that out yet.
If you want to do one like that's, you know, in UA or other material as well, again, you can just hit me up. And
The Storm Barbarian is pretty interesting, if that's something that catches your drift.
Yeah, I actually looked at that one earlier, and I was like, well, that looks pretty fun. I do have... It's actually not a UA question. I actually have a DM who disallows Totem Warrior because it's so strong.
Really?
Yeah. You essentially get immunity to... Well, not immunity. You get resistance to all damage that isn't psychic if you go down that path.
Raging, right?
I think so. Yes. But yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, what level do you get that? Like,
That's like level 3. Yeah.
resistance to all damage types except psychic at level 3?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
only while you're raging, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think it's...
Which will be most of the time if it's a long combat, you know?
I mean, I could see the possibilities. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be against it, but then I would just say as a counterpoint, expect psychic enemies.
No, I know. I'm just bringing that up because I know some DMs have a problem with it, you know?
I've never actually... I had one player who played it, but they didn't stay in the campaign very long, so it never became an issue, but I guess I could see why a DM would be concerned about something like that.
Yeah. I probably won't go with it. I'll probably go with Berserk or something else.
The Storm one is fine, though, if you were interested in that. I've looked over that before, and I'm fine with that one for the most part. Besides some, of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think the other one I was interested was the Spirit Guardians one, which seems pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, Berserk is actually surprising. This is 2, but yeah, I mean, Barbarian is a surprisingly fun class, I think.
Yeah, because it's like, you do one thing, but you do it, like, really well.
Basically. Although there is some variance, I think, with some of the other added UA and otherwise specializations. But
Well, yeah, of course, but
they're definitely not a bard. They're not a jack of all trades. They're jack of
exactly.
all very specific trade. So. Okay. Well, yeah. I think I'll just be hopping off again. Any questions? Just message me, and I'll be messaging y'all probably just in the general Discord chat. At least for the money/magic item stuff. So.
Okay.
Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah.
Later.
See you.